Welcome to the VAFA William Buck SEN Match of the Day.
He has a bounce, he crosses 50, he pins the ears back, and he drills the goal! You can tweet that and hashtag it bloody good.
It goes high up and under the full foot. Becky's taking a ripper!
Makes a name for himself with these long bombs from outside the arc. It's a long bomb from outside the arc! Hello and welcome to Saturday afternoon amateur footy. Round 14 of the William Buck Premier Men's season takes us back to the University Oval, where we find the University Blacks trying to lock down their first finals appearance in top flight since 2016. They're a win and some percentage out of the top four as things stand. And with a win today over Salle, they'll keep their foot in the door for a feature in September. They're still looking for their first win of the 2025 season, but they're coming off what Nick Hyland, their coach, labelled their best performance of the season last week to date against St Bernard's, where a last-gasp goal from Marcus Holland, the Snowdog, broke D-La hearts over at the Snake Pit. It's the VAFA William Buck SEN Match of the Day, live on VAFA.com.au and the SEN website and SEN app. Paddy Grindlay with you again this afternoon. Hugo Higginbotham and Matthew Donald beside me in Parkville. Matthew, let's start on D-La. Last week they were close. Could today be the day?
Could be. Good afternoon, Paddy, Hugo, and good afternoon to everybody tuning in as well. I'm really looking forward to this. I've got high hopes for the contest today. And you mentioned Sel's performance last week. They led for about 98% of the match last week. I think Nick Hyland is well within his rights to say that was probably their best performance of 2025 to this point. We say it every week, they're getting closer.
Yes.
They're getting closer to that breakthrough win. And yes, they are running out of opportunities, but the performances across the course of their campaign have improved. And it culminated in last week's performance where they came oh so close. And I think they'll be giving themselves a real opportunity today and really have a great deal of belief that today can be the day that they register that first win. Hugo, as I welcome you, I'm not sure where you sit on the fence with this one.
G'day, Matty. G'day, Paddy. Great to be here. What a ground, what a day we've got here in Melbourne. How good's this? Bloke's going to get sunburn out there today. It's exciting. It's an interesting one, Matty. Look, if you look at this from the outside, you've got 5th on the ladder versus 10th on the ladder. So you probably think, oh, well, that's an easy win. But I don't think it is. Like everyone said today, D-La coming off a great performance last week, kicked a really good score, which they've struggled to do recently. And then the Blacks, the Blacks have got a lot to play for. They need to win every game possible, just like Paddy said, just to keep their foot in the door for finals. And that's what they want. That's what they want, so it's exciting. I've got a fun fact for you blokes here today.
Oh, good.
Love a fun
fact. I love your fun fact.
No, it's not that fun. But, there is 5 players playing for D-La today who are eligible still to play under 19s. So that gives you an indication, one, inexperienced, yes, but youthful exuberance, excitement. They can just take the game on. You know what? Young blokes are goldfish. They don't care what happened last week. They don't remember what happened last week. Unless it's on their TikTok or Instagrams or whatever those things are. I don't have them, but I don't care either. But it's going to be exciting today. There'll be a few little surprise packets for us. It's a real good one today, boys.
No, I was going to say that's your mantra, that the young players are like goldfish and that they can move on pretty quickly, and the ghosts and the scars of the past don't affect them as much as it would your veterans and your senior players.
They have 10-second memories. They love seeing that little castle underwater 400 times a day.
This is the Saturday warm-up. Thanks to Mequicare, providing care for more than 16,500 people each week across Greater Melbourne and regional Victoria since 1959. And Hugo Higginbotham with us once again today, thanks to HitIQ and its game-changing Protect concussion management system. Use the code VAFA50, that's VAFA50, to get $50 off at hitiq.com, HITIQ.com. Now, before the bounce today, Hugo and Matty will hear from Raj Johnston. He's going to be with both the coaches. Nick Hyland's not too far away, the coach of D-La. After him, Dale Bauer, the coach of the Blacks. And Hugo, the ground today, almost as much of a protagonist as the teams that are playing on it. By the numbers, the Blacks, they've won just 2 of their 6 games so far at home at the Uni Main. That's the worst home record of the top 6 in VAFA's top flight. D-La, they've lost their last 5 games at this ground. You have to go back to round 14, 2017, where they beat the Blacks by a point for their last victory here in Parkville. Take me through this ground. You did your Simon Petch ground exploratory project a few minutes ago. There are dead pockets, there are quiet flanks, there are slippery wings. Let's go through it.
Yes, well, it's an interesting ground. Look, this is a ground that lends itself for high scoring, but we've got 2 generally low-scoring teams here. But guess what? Someone's going to win today, Paddy. But we've got a very skinny wing on the pavilion side where we're broadcasting from. Then you've got a really wide, fat wing on the other side. Now, the skinny wing, that's 1.5 kicks to goal. So from the wing, you take a mark there, that's an entry kick. The other wing, you're still 2 kicks away from your forward line. So it's an interesting ground. You can defend really well here, but shortest way home on this ground is straight up the middle, Paddy.
Yeah, and Nick Hyland might be instructing his troops to do just that in about 10 minutes' time. Let's hear from him now. He's with our boundary rider, Raj Johnston.
Thanks, Paddy, and thanks for your time, Nick. And the narrowest of losses last week. You were on top for so long, had a great first 3 quarters, just quite couldn't get the job done. What were your reflections on that during the week?
Yeah, we were pretty proud of our effort. Like, to be leading for 99% of the game, we were proud of. Obviously, we would have loved to have finished the job and get the first win, but that wasn't to be. But there were so many positives to take away from it, and I think when you've had a year like we've had, it's important that we reflect on the positives and the fact that we're able to take the game so deep. So we're looking to continue that today against a really competitive Uni Blacks outfit.
So I guess how do you build on that and build out a 4-quarter effort? Because I've noticed, so many times this season you might kick the first couple of goals or have a really competitive first half. How do you get it done for 4 quarters?
Yeah, it's just the players recognising the actions that got them there. So you're right, we have had moments in probably each of the games, all bar a couple. I think we've had probably 2.5, 3 quarters of really good footy, but then you're right, the lapses have really, really costed us. So we know our best is good enough. The challenge is for a young group like we've got is to continually play the way we want to play when the opposition's probably not quite giving us what we want. But we're confident we're heading in the right direction, and the result last week would indicate that that's our best performance of the year, so there's no reason why we can't progress further from that today.
So how much would it mean for yourself and I guess the DLR community more broadly to get that first much sought after win in A grade? Yeah,
absolutely. It would be huge. I think it's important for the playing group first and foremost to get the nourishment and the reward for all the effort they've put in. I've mentioned a couple of times this week the work rate and the commitment has been faultless from every player. We've been so fortunate, and I'm fortunate to coach such a great young group that are driven and determined to get better. So for them it will be fantastic, and obviously for the wider DLR community, the support staff, the committee, the supporters, the parents of the players, it'd be huge for everyone. So hopefully today's the day.
Just finally, any changes to the selected team from last week?
Just the 2 changes. So Indovino out suspended and Fraser Cameron didn't quite get up with a back injury. So we welcome back Pat Bowen, who's in after a couple of weeks off. And exciting to announce Kane Rossiter from our reserves will make his debut today. So it's exciting for Kane and exciting for the club.
It's a great day for footy. Thanks for your time, Nick.
No worries. Thank you.
Back to you, Paddy.
Thank you, Raj Johnston. This is the VAFA William Buck SEN Match of the Day, live every Saturday afternoon on VAFA.com.au and the SEN app. Thanks to DLR coach Nick Hyland for his time just then on the Saturday warm-up. Thanks to Mekwacare, joined by our boundary rider today, Raj Johnston, doing some of his finest work along the white line here at the University Main Oval. A man that was just mentioned, Hugo Higginbotham, is Kane Rossiter, who makes his debut for DLR Salle today, and I'm told reliably that you have quite a bit to do with the Rossiter family.
I know the Rossiter family quite well. They're old family friends. Timmy Rossiter, Kane's father, is a VAFA legend. He was a premiership captain of the now defunct Glen Huntly Football Club, which became part of Glen Ira. And I actually coached Kane Rossiter in Auskick many years ago.
What kind of footballer was he?
He was
an 8-year-old.
An 8-year-old footballer, yeah. Too. He was very good on the sausages afterwards. No, he was and very good on the lip in the game at the end too.
Right.
Gave a lot of instruction to the umpire, which didn't go down too well. But no, a great VAFA family, and I'm really excited for Kane today. He's played nearly 2 years of reserves football before he's had that breakthrough. So. And one thing, he'll give us something exciting today. He's very good around the goals too.
He's part of a very young crew here for DLR. They do have a few experienced heads out there. You've highlighted 3 names for me: Ryan O'Meara, Sean Fisher, the big number 1, and of course Jake Williams, the 2-time Woodrow medalist. Yeah, those 3 are going to be very important today in every zone of the ground. But you just need those leaders out there with the young guys, because one thing that young players can do is they get carried away with where the ball is, and then they lose their structure or positioning on the ground. So I know DLR do have a really good setup around the ground. They hold good ground position, but that's going to be key for those guys today. Raj Johnston now joined on the boundary by the coach of the University Blacks, Dale Bauer.
What would a win today mean for you?
Oh, it just keeps us in the race, so we haven't got much wiggle room as far as being able to lose games and percentage and that sort of stuff, so we need to make every post a winner, so we really need to win today.
You last played DLR back in round 7, had a good win that day. What were your takeaways from that, and what do you take into today's game?
I think a lot's changed, so I think their personnel's changed a fair bit, and so's ours, and they've showed some really good form, so they're pretty unlucky not to win last week, so I think they're really improving as a team, and they're going to beat someone. We're just going to try and make sure that it's not us.
And any changes to your side from last week?
Yeah, we've got Ollie Rouse comes in, Ty Palmer has come in late, Will Mithen's come in for his first game, and the other one in is... good question.
I reckon it's Zach Darkus, Raj.
Zach Darkus is what I'm being told.
Yeah, Zach Darkus, that's
There
it.
you go.
Oh, it's a great day for footy. Thanks for your time, Dale. We'll speak to you later on.
No worries, Raj. Yeah, mate.
Thanks to Dale Bauer and Raj Johnston for Mequicare. Bit of a bust that we threw Dale Bauer under there. Couldn't quite remember the ins.
He's not the team manager, is he?
Yeah, correct. So the out, Sam Bennett with the knee, Louis Vesio with the hamstring, and Jack Kennedy also with the hamstring. There'll be another out, which would be the player that has departed from the squad that's allowed Ty Palmer into the 22. We'll be chasing that one up for you in the opening minutes of this game of footy. But the end, Zach Darkus, who's made the move to the inside midfield in the last couple of weeks, so he tells me. He started this year at half-back, of course, formerly of St Kevin's. He had a ruptured spleen last year, which just about ruined his year. He spent some time sunning himself, and now he's back playing on the inside on what's a beautiful day here at the University Main. Ollie Rouse and Will Mithen in for his debut. I'm excited, actually, for Will Mithen in his first game. Boy out of Geelong Amateurs, a 19-year-old, played some footy for the Geelong Falcons. Had an infected knee at the start of this year, which kept him out of all kinds of footy, so he's made his return in the last couple of weeks. The story with the University Blacks, Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ, has been their intercept defence. It's what makes them such a difficult assignment anywhere in the Amos.
Yeah, they've got a lot of pressure around the ball as well. Massive pressure team, and a real big focus on that. So that gives them that opportunity to chop things off behind the ball, which is good to see. They're a very good tackling side as well. I think they're second in the comp for tackles. So it's going to be a bit of a contested physical game, I would imagine. But what I'd like to see is I'd like to see them really start to play some good footy and use the space on this ground and try and find those avenues to goal. Because generally a low-scoring team, and they've got a low percentage, so they need to get a big score on the board today if they can.
Yeah, it's almost 2 games. They're 1 game outside the out on points, but that percentage almost makes it another game. So they've got to try and find two extra wins on those above them between now and season's end if they want to get into the top 4.
Yes, and I think their run coming home, I think a reasonably hard one as well. So every game's important, and we're getting closer. It's a lot of Christmas for us, Paddy.
It is.
It's getting exciting, but we love this run home towards the finals. It's very exciting.
Yeah, great time of year and a great day for footy as well, we must
Amazing.
say, Hugo Higginbotham. There's not a breath of wind here at the University Main. The sky is blue. There's not a cloud anywhere. The ground's in really good order, as we mentioned a little bit earlier on. And a reminder that if you are here at the University Main and you've brought your headphones along, good news, because you can enjoy our commentary in real time today via SEN Stadium technology. That's on the SEN app, available for both iPhone and Android. And if you're sitting around the fence in your car, you can combine it with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well, so you can hear our commentary, which might be a fortunate or unfortunate thing for you, depending on your persuasion, live and without delay. Raj Johnston is on the boundary for us today, as we've mentioned. That's for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, a platinum sponsor and long-time supporter of the University Blacks for over 17 years now. Raj Johnston, we've just had a toss here at the University Main. Who's won it and who's kicking what way?
Hello again, Paddy. Great to be with yourself, Maddie and Hugo. I'm going to have to put my hand up and admit that I did not see that toss. I was reading over my preparation notes.
One job, Raj. One job.
Now, this is not the first time I've done this, so I'm terribly sorry, but I'm going to have to defer back to you for that comment today.
Just as well. So the University Blacks, I think they believe they won the toss, but they'll be kicking to the left of your radio dial. It's towards the Swanston Street end of the ground, which is also the end of the ground, Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ, that Campbell Moorfield will be lining up at, the former intercept defender. He's got a role up front today.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm really keen to see him up there. It's exciting for him too, because that means away Macking's down the other end, so he's not going to jump on his head. One thing's for sure today, we're going to see away Macking take a big mark. You watch that. But Campbell Moorfield up forward, talking to him before the game, he's hoping for a bit of cohesion there and for a few things to click, so I'll be watching that one closely.
Now, Paddy, just looking at the University Blacks warm-up, I'm still going to get confirmation on this, but I cannot see number 13, Thomas Sinclair, out there.
Ooh, that would be a bit of trouble. We'll check in with Dale Bauer via Raj Johnston to just see who that player exiting the squad was for Ty Palmer today, the very late change. Let's go back, in fact, to Raj Johnston on the boundary line. It seems a bit of a redundant question on a day like this, Raj, but weather forecast?
Oh, now that's why I was distracted. I was just enjoying the city under this sun here, Paddy. It's a beautiful day, blue skies, not really any wind at all, 15 or so degrees, so you'd think it's going to be a fair fight with the absence of wind. Now, just on Thomas St Clair, I can see him with a trainer at the interchange bench, at the bench for the Uni Blacks, just getting some attention on his hand. We'll see what's happening there, and I'll keep you posted.
He looks like he's fronting up, but maybe starting on the bench for now. But we'll keep you across that, Raj.
Like
a bit of homework to start with.
Looks like a thumb.
Yeah, left thumb, heavily strapped. You can see it now, actually, as he turns towards us. So that's a bit of a watch for us in the first 5 minutes, Hugo, as we look at your thumb, which is heavily dislocated. So thanks for that. I'm glad to stay for lunch.
That's what happens. That's what happens. You have footballers' thumbs, they just go backwards the other way. But you just strap it up, Cohen. He's tougher than that.
Yeah, he's running back on the field, Tom Sinclair. So we'll still a watch on that University Black who's left the 22. Both squads now just about to run to their positions. It's time to talk tips. Hugo, is it today the day for D. Salle?
Oh, look, I'd love to say yes, and I think I will. We'll just give them 2 goals. I reckon a 2-goal victory today. Remember, they started really well last week. If they start well again today, the experience from last week, that should hopefully see them get across the line.
Matthew Donald?
You know, yeah, I think I'm going to go D-Lara as well. I think the way that Uni Blacks played, they've probably more for the Blacks at stake today for them in terms of trying to pursue that final spot. But the way that they play, doesn't matter who the opposition is, because they're such a low-scoring team, you're always in with a chance if you can get on a really good run. And I'm going to back D-Lara today to get it done. Find a way.
Our first quarter sponsor is Bendigo Bank Private Banking. They provide personalised one-on-one banking through a dedicated team. They strive to build a genuine connection with every one of their customers. Hugo, just quickly.
Yeah, what a great matchup we've got here. We've got Sean Fisher and Campbell Moorfield going to the square together. That is not a follicle of hair between those two men out there, but that will be a great matchup to watch.
Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ. The Blacks want to play finals. D-Lar want to win in top flight in 2025. It's the SEN Match of the Day. Here from the University Main in Parkville, Matthew Donald.
So Uni Blacks kicking to the Swanson Street end to the left of your radio dial. It is Stanton and Rana to engage in the first bounce, and Rana got the tap down initially. Then the tackle being applied there by Clark, and we'll get another stoppage in the centre circle. 105 hit-outs between these two rucks last week. 73 for Rana, who wins it down again. Trying to get out of the tackle there. Dispossessed well was Loftus. Appeals for holding the ball. The umpire wave play on. Come out now to Robertson. Got half a hand pass forward. Didn't find a teammate. And it's been an opportunity here for D-Lar to win it back. Chain of hand passes now, and they'll come and switch it to centre half back. And that's effective enough. The mark taken by Carvelis. It's centre half back who gets a hand pass across to one of the Ball brothers, and Fisher goes up with a kick towards the wing. Oh, a good catch by Rossiter.
There he is. He's on early. There's his early possession.
Double grab. He's a man full of running, and he drives a kick up towards half forward. Macking coming in from the back. He got a hand to it, knocked it away, and then fighting for it at ground level was Damashki, and he's caught in a tackle. We'll get a stoppage just inside attacking 50 here for De La Salle.
Very happy for the boy there. A nice mark and an entry. So he's got. There's his broken the duck in his senior career.
Stanton shoved his opponent out of the way and got the tap forward. Ernest was there looking to apply the tackle, but it's come out now to Loftus, who goes with a kick across the far side of the ground, but it's been turned over. The mark taken by young Maxi Miller, and he turns his back on his teammates and will decide to go for goal about 45 metres out at a 45-degree angle.
That's just an example of D-Lar having very good ground positioning, and Blacks just overloading their defensive 50 there, and no avenue out. So that was a good intercepting mark and getting a shot on goal.
5-2 in the 11 games that he's played to this point of the season. Max Miller averaging 14.5 disposals. He comes in on the left boot just inside 50. It's going to go close to the line. It's just come across the face. Macking flying in from the side again. He couldn't take it. Hacked off the ground towards goal. It was smothered. And now the players dive on top of it. It's still come out here though. Will do now. Ernest gets it across to Chalkley with a kick up towards the back flank, and they should be able to relieve here. Oliver taking the mark at halfback.
So Oliver de Grey, far side wing. Liam O'Neill is the laid out for the University Blacks, as Grocott now with it. So he's a long way from home. Centre wing, University side of the Uni Main Oval. James Clark wants the ball in the corridor. Grocott has a better idea. We'll just dump it long on that left to the arc of 50. Where's the leaper? Moorfield, St Clair, both went up. St Clair through his hands inside 50. D-Lar will work it out across centre half back. Amendola, that's a nice kick. Bowen should get up high. Second attempt, great spoiler. Leo, Damashki at ground level. Inside the centre square, attacking side. Damashki, big tackle. Macking for the Blacks with a handball through. It's pretty scrappy stuff here. Macking, aggressive tackling.
Welcome to senior footy, Kane Rossiter. That was a big tackle by Macking on Kane there. That was very good.
All legal. It'll be thrown in the air. 5 metres to the attacking side of the centre circles for D-Lar. No score yet in this first term here at the University Main as Cassidy applies a tackle for the Blacks, and he'll be rewarded with a free kick. It might go to Loftus, who was the second man in. So yet to score. Our first quarter is for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, and Loftus is going to push the University Blacks wide.
So Chalkley now has it between wing and half back, called to go by the umpire, so he drives up the line towards half forward. Oh, well read though, good mark taken by Lingberg at half back. And he wastes no time going with a short kick to Amendola. And for the first time, the match really slows up a bit here as Amendola assesses his options, going with a kick down the line, one-on-one, knocked away there from Miller. It's come out now to Holland, who paddles it towards goal. Can he pick it up in time? No. It trickles over the boundary line and we'll get a throw-in on the University side wing, the far side of the ground from our broadcast position.
Hugo, for Hit IQ, if you're trying to attack the goals at the University main in this quarter, how are you doing it? Through the guts on the outside?
Oh, not on the outside. You're going through the guts. You're going to try and find that inside 45. You don't want to be on that outside wing unless you want to be defending the ball.
Throw in favours Stanton, who got the tap to it, although it's only as far as Loftus, who on the right boot sets the kick inside, attacking 50. It's come out now to St Clair, who shrugs out of a tackle, gets a hand pass towards goal. Carvalho's cutting it out in time, escorting it over the line for the game's first score. Uni Blacks 1 behind, De La Salle yet to score, and that is on the Bendigo Bank Private Banking first quarter scoreboard.
So Fisher, kick-in duties, called to go, kicks towards us, broadcast side. Clark stands underneath the high footy. Aleo the scrap, and they'll go inside 50 again, the Blacks, through Freddie Valpede. Dicing left foot kick to a dangerous position, a whistle for a hold. Free kick going the way of Delar and Tom Lingberg. The top of the defensive goal square, St Clair the offender stands the mark. There's another...
Blood rule.
Yeah, so James Clark I think it is, or it might be Jack Cassidy who's been called to head off the ground. I reckon that's Cassidy. So he'll take a spell. Zach Darkus enters the game. Not going to miss him with the bright green boots. And the new Europe tan, Hugo Higginbotham.
There's a few of those getting around, isn't there?
It's one of the side effects of the Tullamarine flu.
Yes, I wouldn't mind one myself.
Yeah, debilitating effects across a number of players across the top flight of the Amateur Association. You only speak to old Brighton coach Marcel Bruin and he'll tell you all about it. So game back underway, Lingberg's got nothing to kick to. So I dare say this ball will be coming towards us and maybe Luke Healy on a long lead. McKenzie did well to spoil. Ernest rove the footy cleanly. Gave it to Clark. Corridor kick, beautiful for Gray. He had his choice of Moorfield or Gray. And it was the latter that cut in front, marks the footy 40 metres out. Slight angle to left half forward, but shouldn't be any issues for Maxi Gray.
Is that a 40 or a 50, that arc? I reckon it's a 50.
I reckon that's a 50. That's one of the very few genuine 50s, I think, in the top
It's a big ground. Just that break in play before, that gave the Blacks a perfect chance to get set up really well, and they're able to chop that off. And there's the intercepting mark game that we just saw. Oh,
every game season so far for Max Gray. That's a shoot!
What about that?
Sixth goal on the season for Max Gray, the number 31, out of the University Blacks, and they have the first goal of the proceeding. 1-1-7, the Blacks. Delar yet to score. We've played 5.5 in the first term, thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Max Gray.
Maybe that is a 40, Paddy. That was huge.
He made it look like it was a 35. It was a huge kick.
Flew into it, didn't he? He both feet up off the air. He looked like he was going for a mark in the end.
It was a very, very good kick. But Delar probably just set up way too deep. They're expecting that deeper entry, and just that little shallow entry, it was a perfect hit up.
He was a former state champion in the high jump when he was at St Kevin's, so that might excuse him for the strong quads and glutes. I think that drove that footy home, Matthew.
Filipovic spins out of a tackle nicely from the stoppage. It gets a kick up to half forward. Playing on quickly there was Williams with a kick towards half forward. Now Miller receiving the hand pass. He goes on the left boot in towards the pocket. Healy the target over his head. And it's
on the full.
Gone out of bounds on the full, so spot on there, Hugo. So the kick to be taken by the Blacks, who look to bring the ball back into play from the back pocket. Short kick to Macking across the face of goal, barely the 15.
Ooh.
And he goes short to Clark. And he goes with a slightly longer kick to Chalkley at half back. So 3 kicks here, and they're still...
And they're in the exact
against
same
the
spot.
defensive line. There's still a full back here, so not going anywhere. This is good defence. Oh, and it's been turned over. And then coming in, applying a strong tackle there was Ford for Delar, and he's locked things up for the visitors inside attacking 50. So good pressure there from Delar, set up well, sweated on the mistake, and now it's a 50-50 ball inside. They're attacking 50, about 15 metres out. Rana with the tap towards the boundary line. And it's gone out of play, and it will be a thrown right up against the point post.
So with that lateral movement, that was the right thing to do early, but you never go back where you came from because you're just going back to where congestion is, and that just set Delar up. Now we've got a stoppage in the forward pocket. This is dangerous.
That's a quarter-time tick for Nick Highland, you think. Ball back into play. Rana from behind, reached over the top. The Blacks clear the ball initially. Marking the ball strongly, though, was Stanton Intercepts for Delar, 55 metres out. Carefully for Healy. Filipovic got in his way. Healy, it was all his. The ball spills loose. The Blacks rebound again. Valpede waits for this. Rather, it was Valpede. And now the ball be held up. Actually, that might be Ty Palmer in the 54.
And that was Fisher who fell over when he's...
Fisher, skidding to the ground.
It is a little bit slippery, the ground out there. I know it's dry, but it's soft underfoot.
65 metres out. The ball is thrown in the air once more from the Delar goal. Williams inching kick forward across centre half back on the outside. Into the hands of Rossiter, the debutant. The ball inside 50 again. One-on-one. Macking knocked over Brooker in their pursuit of the footy. Chalkley along the boundary line, left back pocket for the Blacks. Handball over the top. Clark by hand. He tries to work it out. The handball was no good. Carvelis takes it and has a ping from 48 metres. It's well wide of the mark and through for a minus score. Delar open its account today, one behind. The Blacks 1-1-7, 8.5 minutes gone in the first term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking.
Mackenzie short to rest. Sorry, Hugo.
You're right. I was going to say, we're back in that situation again, but he has gone up the ground rather than lateral switch again.
Long kick down the line. Sinclair got hands to it, was edged out of the contest, and there'll be a free kick for Hull. It's going the way of the hosts. Into away Macking at half back. And he goes up the line with a kick, not a very good one. It just crept over the head there of Stewart, and it's come out the back. Carvelis is there, gets the hand pass away. And Dean Johns then with a kick into the centre of the ground. That's a dangerous one as well. Bouncing ball, one back here by the Blacks. Kick from Aleo up towards half forward. And here's that Footscray man, Freddie Valpede, with a clip inside 50, and it's effective enough.
That was the right shoe then. Jeez, he's very proficient on both sides of the body, Freddie, isn't he? You're a bit of a favourite of his, Matty? One of yours?
A fan.
A fan?
A fan. And short to Chalkley inside 50.
Oh, that's good. That was using the short ball really well, the Blacks. Delar are setting up deeper for those deeper entries. They need to arrest that and get up the ground a little bit and take away those easier options.
29 touches for Chalkley last week. Hasn't kicked the goal this season, so this would be a collector's item if he can find the target from here.
What do you reckon, Matty? You reckon he's got it?
I reckon he's got the distance.
Yeah.
Here's a nice kick, Xavier Chalkley, usually out of the back pocket though, so let's see how the other end of the ground confronts him.
He'll be kicking from just inside 50. Gets close to the man on the mark. It looks pretty good off the boot. It's got there. Xavier Chalkley with a beautiful kick. And he has got his first goal of the season. Great start for Uni Blacks. And with approaching 10 minutes gone here in this first quarter for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, the Uni Blacks 2-13, Delar 1 behind.
The collector's item, Matty. There you go. Mum and Dad will have that one on high repeat at home. But we just saw that Dean Johns 45 into the middle of the ground. That missed the target and then caused that turnover. And then Freddie Valpede, just that beautiful little shallow entry, which is really working for the Blacks at the moment, especially when they're kicking goals like that. Yeah. It's an electric start.
So 2 set shots from difficult range for the Blacks and 2 goals in the book. They lead this one by 12 for Bendigo Bank Private Banking back in the middle. Filipovic trying to wrest that footy loose. Darkus couldn't control it. Damashki comes bustling up to the contest. Couldn't knock it free. Amendola will tackle with Stanton, and we've gone all of 2 metres from the initial throw in the air. So the umpire back involved then. Into the ruck, Tom Stanton. Neither ruck gets near that footy. It bounced harmlessly to the ground, and once again, it will be thrown in the air. So lots of pressure, high tackling game of footy so far, Hugo, which is what we expected coming in.
Yeah, that's the brand that Blacks have. And Delar, look, they've played really well at the moment. They're just falling down with those little high entries from the Blacks.
Filipovic held by one arm by Jack Cassidy. 3 in a row. So Matthew Donald, you can try and get this one out.
I promise I'll try, Paddy. Couple of minutes towards Delar's goal, if anything. Rana front spot, got the tap down. Doing well to work out of trouble there was Ford, although his hand pass was cut out. Now Robertson's away. He loops one over the top and then another one. Here's the laid in Palmer, who drives it from 50.
Look at
that. Got it! Great running goal from Palmer. And the Blacks just flex their muscle there with a wonderful passage of play, and they've got a third. 3-1-19. Delar just the one behind, and that's on the first quarter scoreboard for Bendigo Bank Private Banking.
Geez, Palmer's fast, isn't he? He just burst away from there, and they can't miss at the moment. That's amazing kicking by the Blacks. It's a really good start. Just that unfortunate missed handball in the middle of the ground. I think it was Ford. Just gave them a bit of forward running, and they don't miss.
I told you, I promised I'd try, Paddy.
You did more than try.
Kicked a goal for him.
Highlight for Ty Palmer, who wasn't in the squad a few minutes ago. So this is a bit of trouble now for Delar. Amendola's going to try and turn that around from the centre of the University main, though. Oliver once more, they'll go through the Blacks. Clark inside 50. Grocott! No, he dropped the mark. Picked up his crumbs. Handballs it over the top into the pocket. Still they come. Fisher's trying to fight manfully. Sinclair was eviscerated in the forward pocket, and he'll get a free kick for his troubles. Oh, Tommy Sinclair. He was split in half by a Delar defender coming the other way, lying on his back, holding his ribs.
I think the thumb will be the least of his problems right now.
Yeah,
Not wrong, Matty Donald.
That was Sam Cross, a young guy out of the 19s, and he really held his ground there. And
Bentley boy, the 20-year-old.
Yes, he unfortunate incident.
Yeah, I think it was across the ribs. I'm not sure what I suppose the free might be for rough conduct, perhaps, or a block, but Sinclair is still
Take your pick on
on his haunches in the right forward pocket, so he's got some assistance from a trainer and a runner right now, but he doesn't look at the moment in shape to take his kick. Still bent double in the forward pocket, so we'll have a little bit of a pause. It is a University Blacks free, 25 metres out from goal in the right forward pocket from a tricky angle.
Well, there was no remonstrating after that, so it was probably just a collision. I don't think there was anything untoward there, but I think it caught him unawares the way it was coming and split him up the middle, as we used to say. But he's up and he's going to take his kick. So
it's a tough boy, Tommy Sinclair, so he will go back for goal number 25 on the 2025 season. Out of South Bendigo, of course, formerly. Big breakout year this season. After not playing much footy at all through 2022 and 2023. Started being a regular character in 2024 and now doing some of his best work in the front half for Dale Bauer's squad, though this kick is skinny and he misses to the right-hand side. So the Blacks move to 3-2-20. Delar just the one behind. We've gone 14 minutes in this first term, thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Matthew Donald.
Collision between Cross and a Saint, a collision of biblical proportions.
Working on that one for a few seconds.
When did you think of that one? 4 o'clock this morning.
I was up all night preparing for that one. Stewart. The kick in up towards the back flank. Knocked over the boundary line by Chalkley. We'll get a throw in at half back for Delar.
What was more of a concern earlier was the way that the Blacks exited the middle of the ground and then that entry forward. I mean, the mark wasn't taken, but we ended up. But they have lost the last couple of clearances, Delar, so they need to do something about that.
So Bohan and Moorfield taking the contest there of the ruck. We wouldn't see that too often. Bowling around here at half-back for Delar. They should be able to work it out of trouble here, and they do kick up towards the wing over the... Well, it was onto the chest of Healy. Bounced off here. Macking gets it back. Goes backwards with the hand pass. Bringing it out of trouble nicely there was Clay, who goes up towards half-forward. Bouncing ball. Fisher's there. Eluded him. Picked up now by that man, Macbeth, whose name we debated whether we should actually say in the pre-game. Kick around the body. One back here nicely, and then a kick up the line now from...
Macking.
From Healy. Macking over the top. Good mark. Won't say anything this time. Goes back to Chalkley at centre half back. And he's held up now.
I reckon Away looked straight towards us after he took that mark. Not his finest specky, but we'll give him something for it.
For anyone else, it would have been. That was just running the middle.
Not even a mark of the day contender. Sorry, Away.
That's a warm-up for him.
Mackenzie and now Moorfield. I think he's just keen to see who's calling it in that moment.
And he's on again here, Macking out wide.
Ernest takes a bounce and then goes across to Robertson, who's called to go now by the umpire. Goes with a hand pass inboard to Mackenzie, and then a kick up towards half forward. Valpede in pursuit, and he reels it in just before he walks over the boundary line. It will be a throw in at left half forward here. The Blacks, who are kicking to the left of your ADL, the Swanson Street end of this opening term.
So first time listeners to the match of the day, Away Macking, the number 26 for the University Blacks. He is a frequent flyer, loves a screamer. His highlight reel is about 3 hours long, so looking forward to him doing some of his best work this afternoon, as it's a clearance for Delar, a kick broadcast side wing, takes a wicked bounce and away from Luke Healy. Here comes Brooker, couldn't pick up the footy. Robertson to Cassidy, or Rouse to Cassidy rather. Now Oliver, he's dispossessed. Good tackle by Max Miller. Delar trying to force it back the other way. Slapped towards the arc of 50 there by Cassidy. Still they come, the Blacks. Valpede's around the place. And in the end, the umpire might resolve this one. No, still it rolls. Damashki's trying to get the footy. Amendola. Cassidy for the Blacks. Call to go. Kicks it towards the arc of 50. Clark. Handball backwards on the bounce for Chalkley. He'll dump it inside 50. It's a high ball. Who can get up for the Blacks? Who can get across for Delar? Grocott out the back. Fisted away from him at the top of the goal square. The blue and yellow defence holds up strongly. The clearing kick, though, is cut down. And Rouse takes it for the University Blacks.
He's still too far out to score here. Rouse is about 70 metres out from goal. So on the left boot, he's just going to wobble it inside attacking 50. Well, good mark in the end there.
He's trying to torp.
There was an attempted barrel. It's one of the worst executions I've seen too. So that's why it fell well short.
It was a good defensive mark taken in the end, given how the ball was wobbling. Kick up towards Brooker at half forward. Half back rather, and it's come off hands and had a play for a boundary throw in.
Redeemed himself there though with that contest against Brooker, I'd say, Hugo.
Yeah, it was much better. It's much better brought it to ground. Players need to be a little bit careful on this countryside wing because it's very slippery underneath us here.
It was Lingberg who took that good mark in defence. Bohan and Moorfield still doing the ruck duties. Neither got the tap or down on that occasion. Comes out now to Clay, who goes one way than the other. It's a high kick up towards the wing. Big pack of players. Lots got hands to it. None could take the mark. Filipovic at ground level. One way than the other. Goes with a kick up towards half forward. But onto the chest of Clay again, who's got it at half back this time.
Well done there, Clay. He's got a very hard job on Ryan O'Meara, but he's getting quite a few intercept marks.
To Clay on the left boot.
Moorfield.
Up the line. Bohan and Moorfield. Two relief rucks. He's got hands to it again. Moorfield applying the tackle on Lingberg, and the umpire calls for it. And will be a ball up on the wing.
Bohan had front spot there. He basically took the mark, but Moorfield's just that strong. He reached it ahead of his hands, and he's done really well.
Yeah, 22 hitouts last week, Campbell Moorfield, and he's back in the ruck. I'm not sure if he's completely loving it, but he'll do anything, the skipper, to help out the Blacks' cause. Oliver on the wing along the boundary, hands it to Aleo. Williams has him, great tackle. Filipovic helps out. It'll be thrown up directly in front of us, broadcast side of the University main. 20 plays won, the Blacks by 19 points as we approach time on in the first. Bowen and Moorfield, neither with the footy. Darkus and Gray apply a tackle on Amendola. He's got a bit to say to his ruck in Paddy Bowen. Wants the footy at his bootlaces. Back the ball goes in the air. Bowen puts the knee into Moorfield. Loftus slaps it on for the Blacks. Tracking it back is Doherty of D-Lar. Fisher the other way. Neither picked up the footy. Palmer swings the handball for Clark. Nothing clean here across half forward. Clark, big tackle. The ball crosses the white line right in front of the D-Lar bench. It'll be thrown in 70 metres from the University Blacks goal. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ.
Doherty for D-Lar. They really had to let Fisher come through there. He had the run moving forward, and now he's just caused that to go over the boundary line. So a little bit of lack of communication there. It's quite frustrating sometimes.
The toss in between wing and half forward here for the Blacks. The boundary throwing falls short. Umpire waves play on Valpede, but the hand pass back to Darkus. One way then the other, Back to Valpede on the left boot. Hooked it inside, attacking 50. Sinclair flew, knocked away from him by Fisher. Out of play and a boundary throw in. It's inside attacking 50 here for the Blacks, who have got the only 3 goals here as we approach time on in this opening term for the Bendigo Bank Private Banking scoreboard. Uni Blacks 3-2. D-Lar just the one behind to this point. Thrown in once more. Moorfield against Stanton. Come out now with the hand pass back, looking for Rouse, who's got to go back and retrieve it. He taps it back. Oh, and then a slip there by McKenzie has opened things up. Strong tackle there by Valpede. He might have hurt himself as well, Valpede. He's grabbed for the collarbone or the shoulder straight away.
That's gone straight for the throat.
I
think in that tackle, he's just got his throat right on Rob Amendola's shoulder. So that's can be quite painful, that.
Yeah, he's staggering still. In fact, it was Aleo, rather. He's sort of jogging back into defence now. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the play continues from the stoppage. It's D-Lar with the ball, and it's Filipovic with a short kick down the line. Got over there. Oh, there's Aleo. He's recovered pretty well. Going in for the footy again. Filipovic once more, the hand pass backwards, and now it's Kane Rossiter. He wants to take on Moorfield. He just about did in the end. He actually did it pretty nicely because the hand pass found a teammate. Scrubby kick down the line, it's turned over. Clark gathers it and kicks it towards half forward in all in one motion. Trying to crash through there. On that occasion was Gray, the goal scorer. Bouncing around here at half forward. Fisher's in there, he's caught, the umpire will call for it. I'm just still keeping an eye here on Leon Aleo. He looks to be okay now.
There's a few players sore out there. There's been a few big collisions. They're definitely having a good go at it.
Yeah, Leon Aleo just had a trainer come out to him to check on him, and he said, no, I'm okay, I'll continue on. So he's behind the footy now. It'll be thrown in the air once again. Right on the white paint of 50. So 20 plays won, 21 and a half gone in the first term. All the Blacks so far with goals through Gray, Chalkley and Palmer. Kick towards us from D-Lar, towards broadcast wing. McKenzie went with the chest mark. The spoil came from Healy. Gets the ball near the boundary. O'Meara ties up play. And the umpire will throw it in the air again.
It was a good score, that, by Healy.
Very good. He's actually still eligible to play under 19, Healy. So he's a big boy and he's very athletic.
Speaking to Nick Hyland, the coach of D-Lar, who said that he offered to play forward this year. Usually a defender. Was a defender last year in Premier B. but put his hand up to go forward, and he's been impressive up there with limited supply. Here he is in the centre circle. This time he's held up, though. Luke Healy, so the umpire will throw it in the air again, right on the line of the centre square. Again, broadcast side. Still sunny and still without a breath of wind here in Parkville. As Stanton against Moorfield. Here come Delar. Filipovic inside 50. Macking through his fingers as he tried the intercept mark. Now he's got a Brooker problem. He's dispossessed away Macking. The umpire calls them to play. Williams, excellent handball. Miller left foot snap. He misses. He was set 5 metres of space by Jake Williams, but couldn't execute in the left foot snap, Max Miller. Delar 2 behinds. In fact, that might be out of bounds on the full. We're just getting the umpires to confer whether that one did go the scoring side off the behind post.
These are in deep conversation down there, aren't they?
We're going to send this upstairs.
Looks like the players have adjudicated this one themselves as being out of bounds on the full. We'll just get confirmation on that shortly. So it's either Delar's second behind of the game or no score. It's no score. So the Blacks will take it from the right back pocket.
Short kick to the opposite back pocket to McKenzie. See how well Delar can lock this ball inside their attacking 50. And that's a short kick there from McKenzie that didn't find Rouse on the full. And Bohan was there, swatted him over the line in front of the dilapidated pavilion there in the pocket. And it's gone out to play for a boundary throw in.
The forward defensive pressure from Delar is very good, but Blacks aren't helping themselves with poor execution.
So tossed back into the field to play here. Rana with the front spot, tapped it down. Cassidy was there, as was Williams. And then Robertson taking it a tackle. Strong tackle there by Rossiter. He was for holding the ball, but the umpire says no.
Shown plenty, Kane Rossiter, in this first quarter.
Yes, he goes about it very hard. His old man was very hard. And his old man's nickname was Trenches, because you wanted him in the trenches with you.
It's a fitting nickname.
He had no skill, though.
Filipovic, one way then the other, snaps towards goal. It's gone across the face, and it's bounced up on its point and over the line for a behind. So they've doubled their score here, Delar. 2 behinds. And then on the opening term scoreboard for the Bendigo Bank Private Banking, and it's Uni Blacks 3-2-20, Paddy Grindlay.
Bit of control versus chaos. Declare, big fly. Didn't get it near it in the end. He's going to free kick.
He touched the ball. I don't understand. Anyway,
the free kick was for a push by the looks of things. So
it was in the jump when he tried to get a little bit of extra height.
Lingberg takes it, broadcast wing. Bowen is his target. Brought down in front of him, though, so the opportunity falls away. Might be Rana who's taken that for the Blacks across left half back, the big fella. Loftus running past with a handball receive. Angus Rana have a right to feel disrespected by that. He's a good user of the footy and goes to McKenzie. They'll switch fields here, the Blacks. Aleo beneath the scoreboard, right back pocket. Kick is down that far wing. Damashki fell over. Ernest picks it up. Handball over the top to Oliver, back to Ernest. They're past halfway, the Blacks. Ernest breaks the Filipovic tackle. The handball, though, was a stray, intercepted by Delar. The kick strong into the corridor for Bowen is good. Might have been Stewart finding Paddy Bowen in the centre of the University main. He's a left footer. He'll go long inside 50. Aleo well positioned in front of him, though. Bringing down the mark there is Rouse, the left footer. Back into the squad today. He takes the intercept and then pushes it out wide. Matty Donald.
Does it so, and there's Nest once more. Comes in short to Cassidy. At half back now. Just lacking that main focal point inside attacking 50 in this opening term. Delar. There he goes back with a kick to Rouse, who's seen a bit of it in this opening term, and he's going to see a bit more of it now because 50. He'll get a 50-metre penalty for encroachment on the mark as he looked to play on and switch. The umpire hadn't called play on.
I think that was Ryan O'Meara. I think he anticipated the play on and it wasn't called. But I just noticed that Blacks were still persisting with going with that 45 into the back pocket again.
This is a very big 50-metre penalty. He's gone from full back to the centre circle. But he drives a kick inside, taking 50. Moorfield came out to take the mark, but he's clipped Lingberg in the process. And the defender, the number 23, will get the free kick for Delar.
Very brave by Lingberg there because he knew they were coming.
And Carvallis now, a short chip to Miller, who's also been busy on that far wing, the University wing in this opening term. Left boot goes down the line looking for Stanton. He couldn't. It was gathered there by Macbeth. So I can't say it once more now. Yeah, I've said it my 2 times for the day.
So we'll put that one to bed. His name's Ethan Macbeth, but his nickname's Shaky. So for the rest of the day, Matty, we'll just go with Shaky. Okay?
Shaky, all right.
Shaky, yeah.
Didn't take the pair of you as superstitious theatre types.
Oh, I love the theatre.
There you go.
Could have been my natural calling.
I know where we're having the breakup drinks for VAFA Media this year. Ernest, inside 50 on the right boot. Once St Clair is tracking this one towards the boundary line, which will beat all comers. He's thrown in 40 metres out from goal, right half forward. The Blacks by 18 points.
It'll be an improv class.
Swanston Street into the University main. Our man Matthew Donald has come locked and loaded for Saturday afternoon amateur footy here on the SEN app and on the SEN website. William Buck Premier Men's action. Blacks pushing for a place in the finals. Rana in front of Stanton won it down. Cassidy was tackled by Amendola maybe moments before he had possession of the share and nothing doing, says the umpire. Macbeth is taken down. He didn't have the footy. He'll be rewarded with the free kick with Ethan Macbeth, and Delar should be able to force this one through left half back, Matty.
So he's shaky. He's got the footy now. Goes up the
well
line.
avoided.
That is a good mark. Taken there by Brooker, who's pushing up the ground to get involved in the action. Goes with the kick down the line to Healy. He's got it now. He's on the halfway line.
This is where they've fallen down, Delar, at the moment. This next kick, trying to enter forward 50.
He's almost waiting for Brooker to get back to half forward so he can kick it to him. He goes to Bohan instead, who flew, brought it to ground. Fisher with a hand pass out straight to Macking, who caught that one comfortably enough and goes to centre half back. And here's Ty Palmer, who's centre half back now. Kicked a terrific goal in this opening term, the last of it. We haven't had a goal since. Comes out to the debutant, Will Mithen, who gets a bit of an applause here from the University Oval crowd. And his kick looking for Loftus is knocked away. And it's gone out of play by Throw. Good effort there by Filipovic, who was giving away a fair amount of height there, but did well enough to kill the contest. And it's gone out of play for a boundary throw on this commentary side.
We can just see the intercepting power of the Blacks there. Every time Delar have tried to go forward, they just have not had an option there. And Blacks have been able to chop it off every time. Oh, this boundary umpire's having a bit of trouble, right?
Just comes back in. It's gone well askew. The umpire's allowed it to go. Clark's going to throw that back to allow. He got away with it as well. Lucky not doing the umpiring. There's a beautiful kick to Ernest at centre half back. And the switch is on. They've opened up a bit of space here now.
Yep.
Kick out in front of Robertson, who gathered it on the bounce. Scrubbers a kick up towards the line. Grocott gathered it nicely. Comes with a hand pass inboard to Gray, who's got a bit of space. Gets around a couple of men and kicks it inside 50. Beautiful pass. And Max Dow takes it on the chest. He's going to want to wheel and go quickly to Dow. He goes short to Clark. Got one hand to it. Couldn't complete the mark. And it's come out now to Eder, who just about got a hand pass away. Now Amendola's got a problem. He gets out of one tackle. He can't get out of a second. He's in trouble now. Umpire was about to ping him and then Wade play on. Got away with that one, the Amendola. And eventually the umpire calls for a stoppage at right half forward for the Blacks.
Probably not the right lateral movement there. We call that part of the ground the turnover zone, sort of 40 to 60 metres. You can see why. And he has absolutely killed his teammate as well, who just, I think he's got four knees gone right through the middle of his back there.
James Clark, who is rather gingerly now making his way off the University main. They've actually stopped play just so he could clear out of that zone. But, it doesn't look in a great way. No. He is jogging, but he's holding the left side of his body rather awkwardly. He's bent double as he runs off, and he's...
We had a technicolor there, I think.
Yeah, correct. So, under his own steam, James Clark, but he's exiting the game for now. We'll keep you across that one as it evolves. Back through centre half forward here, stoppage. Big run up for Angus Rana. Spikes it inside 50. Gray on that left, hacks it towards the top of the goal square. Sinclair from 3, deep in front though. Healy has gone back and he's held on to a really tough grab, which is his bread and butter. The number 19 out of St Peters. Just about 6 marks a game to go with 10.3 disposals this year. He is, of course, Hugo, the reason why Delar are just about in Premier A division this year with his goal line save in last year's Premier B prelim final. Quarter time here at the University main. The University Blacks 3-2-20. Delar 2 behinds. That quarter going 30.5 minutes for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Goals through Gray, Chalkley and Palmer for the University Blacks. Delar, we're yet to see a goal for the blue and yellow today. Our quarter time break coming up. On the other side of it, Raj Johnston will be joined by the coach of Delar Salle, Nick Hyland. That's coming up next on the VAFA SEN Match of the Day.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone? Let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food. That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food, because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com. Would you like to get more closely involved with footy and enjoy the unique camaraderie and bonds that exist in and around footy clubs? VAFA clubs are always looking for volunteers to assist with the weekly running of the club, both on and off the field. Log on to vafa.com.au and check out our club directory to find a club near you.
Listen in to the award-winning VAFA William Buck Premier Men's SEN Match of the Day this Saturday afternoon on SEN's new no-delay streaming product, SEN Stadium. That's VAFA Footy, live with no delay, Saturday from 1:45pm. Listen via the app.
Quarter time at the University Main. It's the Blacks 3-2-20 leading De La Salle 2 behinds. An 18-point lead for Dale Bauer's men at the first break on a gorgeous day for football here in Parkville. Paddy Grindlay, Matthew Donald, Raj Johnston and Hugo Higginbotham with you this afternoon on the SEN website or app and on vafa.com.au. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ. That first quarter, it felt like the Blacks were playing uncontested footy. D-La trying to make it a contest, but it's the home squad with the advantage.
Yeah, it was, a little bit of falling down at half forward by D.I. They've just probably tried to enter too high, and you're coming up against the sides, one of the best in the competition for intercept marks, so you're making that one easy for them. They really need to try and run and carry through that dangerous turnover zone that we call, and try. Look, when they got the ball deeper, they definitely had opportunities, probably should have had 2 goals on the board, and that would have changed a little bit. Scoreboard pressure is an amazing beast in football. Unfortunately, they've got none at the moment, so a bit of a reset. You're really lacking that extra tall option forward, I think. But, it's always tough when you've got a guy like Wade Macking down there who's just lurking, and you know that if the ball's coming in high, he's going to be there for that famous intercept mark.
Correct. D-La's 4th goalless first term of the season so far. The Blacks' best first quarter since their round 9 victory at this ground over Old Brighton, which was well before the bye. Back in round 9, Nick Highland will be addressing his charges shortly. We'll be listening into his huddle, all thanks to Partners Wealth Group, one of Australia's leading providers of financial planning and wealth services for individuals, families, business owners and professionals. You can contact UniBlack's President Patrick Barry for more information on what Partners Wealth Group can do for you. Let's briefly go around the grounds before we get to Nick Highland and his address. Also for Partners Wealth Group, a few interesting results so far in William Buck Premier Men's. St Bernard's leading Old Brighton by 2 points at the Brighton Beach Oval, 29-27. Old Haileybury 17-9 up on the University Blues. Collegians 21-15 lead St Kevin's. And, of course, the Old Scotch Old Zavarians game, which has just started at Scotch 8, leading the Old Zavs 1. Let's go down now to Nick Highland.
So, unless we tidy up our ball use, you're going to find it hard to compete today. So we need to tidy up our ball use. First and foremost, when we get a chance with the ball, we must start using it better. I think it's all around composure. I think Fraser spoke to the mids around, if it's not on, just hold on to it, take the tackle. Right now we feel rushed. Like, Paddy, you had the ball in the middle of the ground, and everyone's screaming at you, go, go, go. You've kicked it long to 1v6. So let's try and help each other with a bit of voice around when we've got control of the ball. Are we clear on that? Yeah. Yep. So composure, ball in hand. What's wrong? Why are we flat? Yeah. Come on. Well, they got 3 goals early and you fought out the quarter really well. Mids, what was the instruction? Kick first. We're inviting, they want the game based around contest and pressure. And the more we handball, the more we're going to invite contest and pressure. So anytime we get it, quick kick out. But what do we need forward of the ball then? Forward's fucking reacting. How many times do they intercept the ball and just ping it out and go? Too many. Forward's got to react quicker. Are we clear on that? If the mid's instruction is to kick early, forwards have got to be ready for that. Backs, you guys are holding up well. Yeah. Really well. So keep it up, going really well. Just Saver and Stalker. Saver.
Thanks to Nick Highland for the access into his quarter-time huddle, and some apologies for some of the language that may have filtered through. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ. I'll start with you. That feels like an accurate reflection of what went wrong in that first term for D-La.
Yeah, no, very correct there, and very frustrated man. I never thought I'd hear him drop a bomb in one of these addresses, but there you go. First, obviously he understands that they're a very high-pressure turnover side and wants the mids to kick straight away out of the contest. I don't know about that, because need to have some form of composure around your kick. Otherwise, you're just going to be kicking it to one of the best intercepting mark teams in the competition, which was evident then. Absolutely evident. So for mine, it'd be more of a run and carry, trying to get through that dangerous zone. Speed of ball movement's key, and then the deeper entry.
Well, we were speaking to Dale Bauer, Matty, during the week, and he did say that the intercept style of the University Blacks game is fed by their pressure around the footy. Yep. They're the second best tackling team, the University Blacks, in the competition, and when their pressure and the contest is up, Matthew Donald, it feeds the interceptors such as Chalkley and usually Moorfield, though he's up forward today, but certainly away Macking, as well as the likes of Valpede and Rouse, who's down there today. Also Leon Aleo.
Yeah, if you can put the pressure on the kick coming out of the centre, it helps your defenders be able to intercept better. But my takeaway from that address was not necessarily what he said, Nick Highland, but how he said it. He feels like this game's there for them.
Yeah, definitely.
I can take that away just from his tone as we head down to the boundary line with Raj Johnston. Raj?
Thank you, Matty. Joined by Nick Highland. Nick, not the scoreboard to read, but early days still. What do you think happened throughout that first quarter?
It was probably a mixture of us not using the ball very well, and their pressure was really good, and they capitalised on 2 of our turnovers, like 2 goals from direct turnovers where our kicking didn't really help the issue. But I was pleased with the fight back in sort of the last 10 minutes of the quarter to grind back in. Had we used the ball a bit better ourselves going forward, we would have, we could have had some chances, but ultimately we didn't, which is why we find ourselves here where we are.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Raj Johnston and Nick Highland for Partners Wealth Group. There, our huddle report at quarter time. So D-Lar trail it by 18 points, 3-2-20 the Blacks, 0-2-2 D-Lar Cell. Our second term coming up for Keys Training, the University Blacks physio and conditioning partner. They can help reduce your pain and help you build strength for the long term and prevent recurrence of your injury. Head to kiesa.com.au, that's KIESER.com.au to book your initial appointment. Matthew Donald, Hugo Higginbotham, Paddy Grindlay and Raj Johnston with you for Saturday afternoon amateur footy here in Parkville. Gorgeous day for football and the Blacks. They've had the best of this game so far, 18-point leaders at quarter time.
So it's going to be Rana and Stanton to renew hostilities there in the ruck. Rana used the body well, slapped it up towards centre half forward. Gray coming out to meet it, gets the hand pass back. Then a high kick up towards centre half forward once again. Ernest used the body well. Oh, he had 4/5 as the mark. The umpire waved play on. Valpede gathering it now, got the hand pass away, looked to slap it back. But the numbers are here with D-Lar Cell. Running through the middle of the ground there was Damashki, who kicks it high up towards half forward. Oh, Bohan got away from Maggie. Can he run through and kick a goal here, Paddy Bohan? It's going to skid across the face, wide. What a goal in the start that would have been to the second term for the visitors. Alas, it's a minor score. 3 behinds. They draw by 17 points now. Uni Blacks 3-2-20, and that's on the Keys Training scoreboard. 40 seconds gone in this second term.
Wonderfully called, Matty. Paddy Bowen, nearly. As a layout up the centre of the University main. St Clair came very late, crashed the pack. Doherty flicks it to the outside. On hands and knees, Stewart couldn't gather the footy for D-Lar, and we'll get a stoppage. University side of the University main. The Blacks kicking towards the right of your radio dial, towards the Royal Parade end in this second term. D-Lar Cell to the Swanston Street end, which has all 3 goals of the game kicked towards it so far. Pushed off his kick initially there was Rossiter. It's willing stuff on the inside. Ida escapes to the outside. Kicks it inside 50 for D-Lar. Chalkley cuts it down for the Blacks. So again, just a bungled entry, you'd think, from D-Lar, Hugo, for hit IQ.
Yeah, just kicking to the spot there and not kicking to the advantage of the player. So it's making it easy for the Blacks here at the moment.
So through Ernest and Chalkley, and now Macking to Robertson. Blacks go past halfway. Valpede chased down by Damashki. Just threw the handball out any old way. St Clair tracks the footy, knocked to the deck by Tim Johnson. 3 D-Lar players come to ensure Tommy St Clair wasn't going anywhere across right half forward. He's already got sore ribs. Tom St Clair, that won't help.
What's he done to them? It's very much the focus today. He's got up very ginger then.
He's been in the wars today. Before and during the match.
He's
Going now to Williams, who gets the hand pass away, and then to Damashki. He's caught. Don't know how he got rid of that legally. And he didn't. That's why I didn't think it. Free kick to Uni Blacks. Be taken here by Robertson right in front of us. About 10 metres away from the commentary position here, in fact. Call to go now by the umpire, so Robertson on the right boot. It sets it high up towards half forward. Big pack of players flew. Rana was one of them, couldn't take the mark. It's come out now. Amendola trapped it nicely, got the hand pass over the top. Ida got to gather the bouncing football. He does, and then he's caught by Aleo straight away. It's an half forward, just inside attacking 50 for the Blacks. The umpire calls for it. And we'll get another stoppage. Rana doing a bit of a dance there with Stanton. Got the tap down. And the hand passes come out. And then again, Williams with a short little dainty kick down the line. This will be interesting to see how the umpire adjudicates this, and he says boundary throw in. Hugo?
Yeah, well, it was a 50-50 one there. That could have gone either way. You just don't know sometimes what the umpire is thinking or how their focus is, but let's just say he's trying to move the ball forward there, not towards the boundary line.
Did help that Tom Itter was in the vicinity, but sort of hedged his bets, I reckon, there, Williams. Boundary or Itter, either would do. He got the stoppage. Cassidy. Handball was cut off by Williams, who was clever and fast to get it through to Miller. Kicks it past halfway. Here come Dealer again. It was Biscacci initially. Bowen, handball through traffic, back to Biscacci. Hacks the kick in the O'Meara direction. Big fist over the top comes from Clay. So out of bounds, left half forward here for Dealer. Ryan O'Meara is an interesting character as far as Dealer's fortunes go. He's a swingman. Last week he gets some burners. On a windy day at the Snake Pit, he just followed the wind. Ended up with 7 or 8 rebound 50s to go with 3 goals. A pretty rare stat line for a key position player. Ball hurled back into play. Rana over the top. Darkus had no one near him. Gave it to Loftus, who spun away from Amendola initially. He was impacted on the kick, though, by Amendola, who was imperturbable in his efforts to try and retrieve the footy. Dow. Darkus on the outside for the Blacks. He's collared by Williams. Great tackle. And the umpire calls for the footy. Oh, very quick whistle. Nil all draw, says the man in green. It will be thrown in the air directly in front of us. Broadcast side wing, neutral territory. 20 plays 3, Matty Donald.
Umpire just waiting for players to clear. Darkus was caught straight away there, and the umpire will call for a repeat stoppage. Yeah, blew the whistle very quickly there a second ago. Rana, front spot, Loftus was there. Amendola, who's been very busy in this second term, hacked the kick off the ground, comes out to Williams down half forward. He got past one, couldn't get past the Cassidy tackle. The umpire wave play on. Ernest slipped over. And then doing a little hurdle there was, and there'll be a free kick going the way of Ernest, who slipped over. A little bit of good fortune there. It was Stewart who did a bit of a hurdle over him there and all of that. The Olympics have come early this year.
Well, I think he clipped him over the shoulder on the way past to affect the free.
McKenzie to Chalkley, who indulges at a bounce as he walks across the set of the half-back line. He kicks out towards Aleo. Bohan was there, got hands to it. Hand over to Macking, who was dealt with after he kicked it. The umpire wave play on. Fisher and Moorfield. Ball went past both of them. Now Valpede with a hand pass over the top. Straight there to Stewart, who goes up the line and then trying to use the body illegally there was Bohan.
Pushed him under the ball.
Leo getting the free kick. Interesting that they're using Bohan as more of a forward today. Normally been someone who's spent most of the season in defence with occasional stints in the ruck.
I think they're easing him back into it after coming back from that injury. Just limited time.
Strong mark there by Rana, who gets the hand pass over to Oliver, who goes towards goal, and he's just pushed it across the face. Very close. But a minor score, 3-3-21, the Uni Blacks, 3 behind Steel Salle, approaching 6 minutes in this second term for key to training, Paddy Grindlay.
Yeah, Paddy Bowen, a pair of hamstring injuries this year, so being eased back into his work. But he's almost just following away Macking to the footy, not a bad idea. 3 Blacks just about spoiled themselves. Ernest and Robertson crashed into each other. No dramas as far as the home side are concerned as they got the ball forward, though Darkus towed it initially to his own advantage and then out of bounds.
Shocking player to follow if you've got 2 hamstring injuries away, Macking, having to go with him here.
Delo just not helping themselves there. With that kick in there, he's kicked it to a 1-on-3.
Yeah.
I mean, with no other player around. Like every other Delo player went to the other side of the ground and he's kicked it to a mismatch. So that's why they get themselves in trouble here.
Might have been clipped high. The umpire said play on. Damashki and Loftus and Itter around the footy. Loftus tries to paddle it to his own advantage. 48 metres out. Couldn't get the footy. Neither could Gray, and Delar might come through. Macbeth on the outside. He's quick. He runs through the centre of the University main. Handball for Healing. It's a sit. He's cleaned up by Clay, who came off his man to impact the contest and then held up the footy momentarily. Damashki cleans up for Delar and still they go inside 50. O'Meara should get this. He's just not held on to the mark. He'll have to battle against the boundary line. Still keeps it in. Macbeth is still there. Kicks it into the pocket. Well done. Rossiter.
And Healy's still down in the middle of the ground. He got absolutely barreled into by Clay there. Completely fair, but was open. Didn't have a chance to protect himself.
Yeah, it was the high arcing bouncing handball from Macbeth that did him no favours. His number was called, Luke Healy, and he went, but he is sore for it. And he's just jogging off the University main. Meanwhile, this will be a story. Kane Rossiter in the right forward pocket. He's lining up for his first senior goal. Athletics background, coached impeccably at Auskick by Hugo Higginbotham, our man for hit IQ. Here's Rossiter. Gives it his all from the line. He is missed.
I didn't teach him that.
I left it open to interpretation. D-La still searching for its first goal of this game of footy. They're 4 behinds. The University Blacks 3-3-21. We've gone 8 minutes in the second term for Keys training here at the University main.
Healy's off the ground. A play involving Macbeth leading to bad luck. Who would have thought?
Careful.
Jeez. Kick into the back pocket. And then that's gone over the head there of Dow. And it's been turned over, so D-La Salle should be able to get this inside 50. The kick got towards the pocket. Back with the flight, no mark taken, and then Clark with a strong tackle. It's held things up, and it'll be a stoppage. Just a few metres out here from D-La's goal, who've defended really well when the ball's been in this area of the ground, but just haven't been able to convert opportunities yet. Tossed up, Rana, grabbed out of the air by Bowen, who stumps, he's got it! Paddy Bowen on the board!
D-La on the board.
His first goal of the season, Paddy Bowen. And as you rightly point out, Hugo Higginbotham, the visitors have got their first major of the day at last. It's come nearly 9 minutes into the second term, but it's been well worth the wait. Paddy Bowen on the board, 1-4-10 D-La Salle. It's only 11 points, mind you. Uni Blacks 3-3-21, and that is on the Keys training second quarter scoreboard.
Now, this is what I was going to say earlier about the Blacks. Because they're not a high-scoring team, they never really put sides to the sword and get those big leads. So with one shot on goal, it's only an 11-point lead. So that's less than 2 kicks now, considering how dominant they've been for the whole game. So with the D-La, they've just got to take a bit of that momentum now, and another one would be very interesting here. They come off some great work by Fisher, that intercept on the half-forward flank just to get that ball forward, and a dangerous spot.
So from contest, D-La open its account as far as goals go. Back to the middle, Amendola and Williams trying to work over it for the away squad. The Blacks' pressure is good. It'll be thrown in the air. It's 20 metres to the right of the centre circle, so the Blacks with the territory advantage, however slight. Rana wins the tap. D-La the clearance up and down the chimney. Rouse cuts it down. So he's attacking side of the centre circles. Ollie Rouse, long left footer. Tries to kick this ball for the advantage. And Moorfield inside 50, backing back. Lingberg again, who's been tough across centre half back so far today for D-La. Kicks it wide. University side, well weighted pass forward. Over the top. This is good from D-La. The build up solid. The kick inside 50 is coming. Rossett is on the outside. Brings it back across the body for Williams. Maybe it's fisted away. Macbeth going at it again. Palmer tackled him off the footy. To the outside, D-La keep coming. The snap to the top of the square. The fist from Clay was good for the Blacks. Clark, it was wrenched away from him. Macbeth feeds it through to Williams, who was held on to maybe. He takes it again, Macbeth. From the boundary line, the kick. He hit the outside of his boot. The wrong side of the footy. Ball kept in play. Taken by Mithen, and it went out of bounds. And the D-La player there has crashed into the fence. Might have been the number 99 there, Sam Cross. He's quite slow to his feet, but he is up and going once more. So it'll be thrown in left half forward for D-La, having a good 5 minutes, Matthew Donald.
They are. They've got a taste of it now with that goal to Paddy Bowen only a few minutes ago. And they're pushing forward again as the ball's tossed back in. Brooker, he was looking there. That's slapped towards the boundary line. Now that could be insufficient intent. Umpire is lurking and he's paid it. Kick to be taken here by Jake Williams at right half forward. That one was definitely there.
Yeah, it's not good footing out there in this wetter part of the ground.
So Williams is just going to set it up and hope the Flyers compete. Healy was the target. He had 4 to deal with, and it's been cleared away. It's in good position here for Lingberg, who wanted to mark it. Instead, he had to punch it away. And there's more appeals here for insufficient intent. This one won't be paid, despite the protestations of the D-La Salle bench. It will only be a boundary throw-in. They disagreed with the umpire there. It will be tossed in between wing and half forward here for the visitors. They've kicked the last goal of the game and trailed by just 11 points despite the dominance of the hosts. The Uni Blacks so far in this encounter. Filipovic wrote it nicely, got the kick up towards half forward, bouncing ball gathered here by O'Meara, who was about to run into his teammate and then ran into the boundary line. And has eventually taken it out of play. It will be a throw in at left half forward.
Just notice Healy's back out there now, so he's got a bit of a breather on the side, back out there. But D-La defending really well forward with the ball at the moment, which is good.
James Clark's also out there, we should mention. He was sore in the first quarter as Rana takes it for the Blacks, kicks it past halfway. Broadcast side, Valpede wants it at his bootlaces, couldn't pick it up. Dean Johns could. He tried to force it through a couple of black jumpers and got it to Docherty. Did really well. Filipovic on the outside from Stanton, inside 50. The kick favours Macking, though, at fullback for the Blacks. He tracks it towards the goal line, the behind line, rather. And it took a fortuitous bounce Probably for Delar as it goes out for a boundary throw-in beside the behind post, Hugo.
Chance of a stoppage in the forward line, so it's not a kick-in, but playing some good forward half footy at the moment, Delar. They're defending the middle of the ground well. Just probably need to tidy up those entries a little bit forward.
So all the territory for the away squad. This has been promising. Dean Johns the leap. Williams went after it. Cassidy's kick was impeded on its way through to Valpede, who has 2 Delar players to fight. One of them is Cavalis, who gave it to Miller, who for the boundary, and he missed. He missed to the left-hand side, not by much, as our man Bruce on the buttons. Miller's had a couple of opportunities on goal on that left peg. 1-5-11 Delar, 3-3-21 the Blacks. So 6 scoring shots apiece, but it's a 10-point lead for Keezer for the home squad as Clark has it here through full-back, Matthew.
Bruce Press with special comments thanks to Hit IQ. Goes into the back pocket, and they'll, again, just slow ball movement coming out of defence here for the Blacks.
I reckon they're coming back the other way here. Aleo's got a paddock, no, up long down the line.
And it's eventually booted down there by McKenzie up towards the wing in the end, although the kick is ill-directed, and it's Sam Cross who's taken an uncontested chest mark. He's got options to bring it inboard. Stewart was appealing for it, but Cross instead decides to go short the line. That is better. It's a good kick, Hugo.
Maintain possession through that half forward.
Now this is the kick for them, though.
That fall came Rossiter.
The short one to Rossiter.
Yeah, he's 2 kicks from goal here. I know how far Kane can kick.
He'll be kicking from just on 50. Does look to go short to O'Meara. Good hit-up lead from Kane Rossiter. O'Meara judged it well against a couple of Blacks defenders. His reward is an effort at goal here. Will be about 5 metres in from the boundary line, at about 35 metres out from goal when he lets fly.
Just that build-up there is what I was talking about. They're doing much better is they're retaining possession through that dangerous part of the ground, that turnover zone that we call that higher 50, because if you intercept mark there like they did in the first quarter of the Blacks, they were away, but they just can't get their hands on it in that area now, which is really good by Delar.
8 goals for Ryan O'Meara for the season. He's normally reliable in this situation. He's put that one through. That's 2 in a row for Delar. And within the blink of an eye, it's back to 4 points here on the Keezer Training scoreboard. It's been a great quarter here for the visitors. 2-5-17. They still trail Uni Blacks 3-3-21. Ticked over 14.5 gone in this second term. But Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ. They're working their way back into it, Delar.
They are. They're playing much better football, taking care of the ball, just not bombing it forward, which has been the downfall in the first quarter. So they've arrested that, and they're getting shots on goal. But what is very, very telling is the low scoring of the Blacks. They had majority of the first quarter and half of the second quarter, but they're only got a 4-point lead at the moment.
5 goals to the left of your radio dial, none to the right. Not a breath of wind here at the University Main. Figure that one out. Clark from the middle of the ground wanted Darkus by hand. It was Cassidy, rather. Here's Valpede between wing and right half forward for the Blacks. Couldn't pick up the footy. Again, Delar trying to win that ball in tight. Darkus got it from Ernest, though, to Clark, who palmed it to St Clair. Steps to the inside, won his way through. Moorfield backing back. The kick carried him. Valpede's waiting on the outside. The Delar defence clears the zone. High kick. Darkus underneath it. Williams tracks him. Wins the footy. Keeps it in and keeps it going through Rossiter to Cavellis. Back to Williams in a tight rope on the boundary. Handballs to the inside. Ido went over the top of the footy. Clark, his handball was askew for the Blacks. Here goes Bowen for a trot. Inside kick is good.
They're out here.
Biscacci turns to the centre of the ground. This is wonderful footy from a team that hasn't won a game all year. Filipovic, Damashki on the inside.
O'Meara.
Outside to O'Meara. The kick's too long. It dribbles out of play. Just about the best build-up, I'd say, of the year from Delar. From left half back, it was awkward, it was tight at the start, but they kept on going. They changed the angles, and in the end, it was just that finishing kick from Damashki.
Yeah, but that was all built up by the start there by Jacob Williams, who by right should never have got the hand on that ball to affect the little tap, and then a couple of amazing handballs, so he's a very important player for them.
Brooker grabs it out of the ruck, hands it over to Miller, who has a flying shot towards goal. He is in the post. Oh, how close for Max Miller and Delar. They would have given them the lead.
Yeah.
It's 2-6-18 to 3-3-21 on the Keezer Trading scoreboard. Just further to your stat a minute ago, Paddy. 5 goals, 8 to the left of your radio dial. 3 behinds to the other.
There you go.
Amazing. So, yes, a great build-up there. He's getting close to Max Miller, isn't he?
3 shots on goal in this game. 2 behinds and 1 out of bounds on the full, but he's not too far away. As you mentioned, Hugo, as Grocott wins the footy, goes for a trot. University side. Again, the Delar defence holds up. Big tackle. Played by a Blacks player. The umpire calls them to continue and go, and Ford does just that to Damashki, who skipped 1 tackle, kicked it back inside 50. Biscacci out the back, no, couldn't hold on. He pushed off Macking illegally, said the umpire. Oh, he did all the work, Biscacci. Couldn't hold on to the grab, and then it was paid as a free kick anyway. Going to away Macking at fullback for the University Blacks, Matthew Donald, who are in a bit of trouble as Clay takes it in the back pocket.
They're a little rattled at the moment, the hosts. Steeler have got him on the hop. Been excellent in this second term. Long kick, looking for a Ness, asking a lot of him. He had to mark it, because if he didn't, there were D-Lar players all over the ground level. The hand pass for Brooker. It's a long way down there for a big fella. It's come out now to Edda. Paddles it to his own advantage, and again, he's caught by Darkus. He's dispossessed by Darkus. Comes out to Oliver. He's charged down. Then Miller gets away from one. Kicks towards goal. Didn't go very far. Chalkley rebounds now. Miller's down to the ground level. Gets it to Darkus. He looks to be in a bit of pain. Comes out now to Gray, who marks it in front of Cross between wing and half back. He doesn't want to waste any time. He goes up the line to Oliver, who got away from it up. And he's going to wheel and go as well. Oliver kick towards half forward. Good mark, take it. Just eluded Filipovic there. There is still a good 2 kicks from goal here, the Blacks. It's an important kick. Drives it inside, attacking 50. Big numbers here. Was knocked away towards the goal line. And Lingberg is just happy to see that go over for a minor score. 3-4-22 Unique Blacks. And D-Lar 2-6-18. Then is on the Keyser training second quarter scoreboard. It's getting a bit hot here at University Oval, Paddy Grindlay.
Oh, that it is. 4-point game of footy. Max Miller jogging his way back into the contest, but looks a little bit ginger. He joins a growing list of sore boys today at the Uni Main. Fisher's kick is broadcast sided. Davis Macking. Jeez, he can float. Leapt early, carried the jump. Cut that ball down.
Sorry, Paddy. Once again, that was still 1-on-4. They've really got to arrest that.
Macking for Sinclair. Oh, he went for a massive ride. Didn't get near in the end with the 1 mitt. Lingberg takes the spillage. Kicks the kick along the boundary. Ernest picks it up, high up and down. That might stay inside the field of play. Sinclair goes for another fly and pops it out of bounds right next to that refurbished grandstand, or currently in the process of being refurbished, that grandstand. 40 metres out from the University Blacks goal. 3-4-22 for Keys of the University Blacks. 2-6-18. D-Lar Salle. We haven't had a goal, Matthew Donald, to the right end of your radio dial. The Royal Parade end of the Uni Main, all quarter long, all game long.
No, we're still waiting for it. Val P tries to spin out of traffic, looking to change. That comes out to Gray. Now Moorfield snaps towards goal. It's gone across the face. It takes a leg break when it needed an off break. Out towards the pocket. And it has gone out of play. Trying to keep it in there was Palmer, but unsuccessfully. It's gone out for a boundary throw in on the pavilion end. The right of your radio dial. Still looking for the game's first goal at that end. And great for the defenders there. Moorfield and Stanton. The latter got the tap down. And it's come out now. Filipovic, his kick was smothered. Well, Damashki somehow got a hand pass away to Fisher, who just threw it on the boot. Anywhere will do. He kicks it out to the wing. The race is on. It's a one-on-one. Ernest is going to get there first. Oh, McManus after him. McManus chased him. He's dispossessed him as well. And then Ernest has applied the tackle on him. Great one-on-one contest on the wing. And it's a 0-0 draw in the end. The umpire calls for the ball.
He showed a nice turn of speed there, Matty Donald. He was looking at you on the way there too. He just wanted you to say his name, but that was excellent defensive work.
Make sure you say my name, Matty Donald. And that'll be on the full. That was tapped out of bounds on the full by Stanton, so that's going to be a free kick going the way of the Blacks. It's not a rule we see imposed too often, but that one was definitely there. Kick to be taken by Moorfield, who goes short down the line. Danashki found a bit of space. He's got a couple of options on short if he wants to go there, but he's signalling he'll go long, and that he does. So he sets it up towards half forward. Big fly there. Again, that was for Brano. It's knocked away out towards that stand, which they say is looking renovated. Still doesn't look safe to set up shop in there, Paddy, and it's gone out of play. Boundary throw in.
I think dilapidated is the word you want, Matty.
That is the word I went with to start with.
But just that entry to Darkus there before, D-Lar just lost their way with that free kick. A few confused players talking to the umpire, and that's where Moorfield got that nice little hit up early.
So big 10 minutes here before half-time as the ball's hurled back into play. The Blacks are pressing. Darkus on the outside. Runs towards the boundary. Pulls the kick across the body. Sinclair, big fly. Couldn't bring it down. Dow's after it at ground level. He'll be joined by Mithen on debut, and the umpire will pay holding the ball. Oh, it's a hot whistle. Right in front of goal. And this is the moment for Will Mithen. First senior game for the University Blacks. So we mentioned in the pre-game he's had a knee infection this year that has kept him out of the first half of the season after what was a really impressive pre-season where he featured a few times for the Blacks senior squad. Game of Rezzies And he's back in the ones where his brother plays as well as footy club Ben, usually in the reserves. The number 21 out of the Geelong Falcons. He's 10 metres out, directly in front. They'll all get to him if this goes through, which it does.
Oh, huge.
And it's a big goal for the University Blacks, their first of this second term for Keezer. 4-4-28 to D-Lars 2-6-18. 10 points the advantage here at the University main. And the first goal that we've had to the Royal Parade end all day long, Matthew Donald and Hugo Higginbotham.
Yeah, that was there, that free kick, because what happened was, I think it was Fisher went down with a few other deep players around him. He got the ball and he had the other bodies around him and thought that they were the opposition. They weren't. And then Mitham was the first one in there, and he came in quite hard and aggressively, and the umpire paid it. So that was probably a lack of communication there amongst the D-Lar defenders, just to say we need to get this moving. But an important goal. And finally, we broke the duck at the dilapidated stand end of the ground.
And a big congratulations to Will Mitham, the debutant, being the one to get it done. Ball back in the middle, Amendola. Oh, he found a way through the midfield there. The seas parted for him. Drives it along towards 4-4. That's an excellent mark by Chalkley.
Very brave.
Have no idea how he held on to it, but he did. He saved the day for the Blacks. He looks to go with a short kick up to McKenzie. It goes back to Chalkley, who rebounds out a defensive 50, and another kick to Darkus.
He's been busy, Darkus, hasn't he?
He has. Short kicking up the line. That's a good speared pass up to Moorfield on the wing.
Still 2 kicks from goal from that far wing.
He wants to go down the line, Moorfield. Eventually, he does set a high kick up towards Rana. He came out crashing.
That's got to be free.
He went, well, he looked like he went early there, but he got pushed out of the contest and will get the free kick.
The D-Lar player wasn't looking at the ball at all, just him coming the other way.
And he goes with the hand pass off to Darkus again, who spears a pass straight to Healy. That's been turned over, and they'll be able to get out of trouble here. Will D-Lar, and that's gone straight to Rana. So
turnover.
Playing a bit of kick to kick here. So
Lower your eyes was a call from the Blacks bench.
So now Rana, this time he's going to kick it long towards full forward, and it's been turned over again. The good mark taken this time by Lingberg, who's going to come out here looking for Williams, who got dealt with. Umpire wave play on. Macbeth was in there, couldn't gather it cleanly, but he goes and applies the tackle. He's a feisty tight, Macbeth. The hand pass comes back, and then it was Cassidy. Here's Macbeth once more. He goes short with a kick. This might work out here. Ford's got it now, wants to move it quickly. They've got plenty of space here.
He's out.
Big Phil, Paddy Bowen. He's done a hammy. He's done a hammy again.
Oh, no.
And his day's done, Paddy Bowen, you'd reckon. They're going to come out of trouble here, though, Uni Blacks. That's terrible misfortune there for Paddy Bowen.
That's on the full.
And that is on the full. And there's going to be appeals for 50 here. It's all happening at the University Oval. Hard to know where to look. Ford to take the free kick as Bohan is now walking to the bench. And Ford's going to be called to come back over the mark. That's terribly bad luck there for Paddy Bowen, who's looked good on return. But that'll be his 3rd hamstring injury of the season.
Oh, no, he's dropped it.
Oh, and Macbeth has dropped it. He's got to go back and get it now. He's a half fighter. He's been dispossessed here by Macking at the ground level. It's at half forward now. Uni Blacks players converge to try and lock it up. It's come out now to Rouse, who gets half a kick away. Bouncing ball up towards the wing. It's Carvelis who got the hand pass back to Lingberg. He's got to have problems. He's got to deal with Gray. He did pretty nicely in the end. Got the hand pass away to Doherty, who's got a bit of space. Now Stanton, the ruckman, kicks inside, attacking 50. Macking with strong pair of hands. Takes a game of goal-saving mark there for the Uni Blacks. And looks to relieve pressure coming out of the back flank. Paddy.
So Oliver now for the University Blacks, who goes into the corridor for St Clair, who comes to 3 deep. Filipovic brave across the front. Wasn't paid the mark, was he? No. The kick inside 50 the other way, and it's Moorfield who takes the mark 25 metres out, directly in front of goal.
And the D-Lar faithful are going nuts there. They believe that was a mark by Filipovic in the middle of the ground.
Or at least a free kick.
He saw Tom Filipovic as well to add insult to injury, and that's a 50-metre penalty. I think Ryan O'Meara has given that away.
He's just unleashed an absolute barrage, and he's still going towards the umpire as well.
Filipovic on hands and knees as Moorfield runs into the open goal square and dribbles through his first of the afternoon. 5-4-34, the University Blacks extend the advantage. D-Lar 2-6-18. So after such an impressive period of play for D-Lar, they fall 16 points behind here in the latter stages of the first half. 27 minutes gone thanks to Keezer in this second term. Filipovic back to his feet and jogging off the University main underneath his own steam. So hopefully just another heavy knock here today, which we've seen a few of. He did have a fair bit of that grab, I'd say. Hugo Higginbotham?
Yeah, and if not, he was tunnelled under the ball. But anyway, that's a deal I really need to focus now. So they've had a bit of bad luck in the last 5 minutes. They've had big Paddy Bowen, who's done the string when he was tearing into goal, and now that unfortunate incident there.
Rana tapped it down, but it was sharked by Williams, who was tackled all the way by Darkus. And the umpire will call for it once more. We'll get a repeat stoppage. Rana again, but the tap away. Carvelis was caught, dispossessed, and a strong tackle there. The umpire waved play on. Doherty trying to crash through. And then there's Fisher. It's come out to Ernest, who had a hand to it. Now Robertson in a bit of space. Loops hand pass over the top to Darkus, who's had a big second term. Comes into the right boot, looks to straighten the kick inside 50. No mark taken. Stewart with the hand pass over to Miller, who's got time to straighten on the right boot. Touch on the boot. The umpire waved play on. And then O'Meara with a hand pass back. Umpire waved play on there as well. Ernest was caught. Robertson with a hack off the ground, didn't go very far. And then an indiscriminate soccer, which was unintended, that's gone and avoided the mud patch there on the boundary line and gone out to play for a boundary throw in.
Important now, Hugo, that D-Lad don't drop the focus after that goal back the other way, because they've had such a good quarter of footy. Be ashamed to let it waste.
Oh, and there's another injury here. Carvelis is limping off the ground with what looks to be some sort of leg injury or perhaps an ankle. Our man Raj Johnston is earning his money at the moment as Palmer goes with a spearing kick. Central kick inside 50 to Moorfield on the lead, who read it well. The kick was weighted perfectly for him, and the skipper can line up for his second in a row.
So a very, very good entry there, and Moorfield read that beautifully. And, you know, it's an interesting stage of the game for D-Lad because they were within 3 points, or I think 4 points a few minutes ago, and it's already blown out to a 16-point lead. So this one would be not good on the buzzer. It's virtually going to be Matty, one would think.
Well, he's kicked 10-3 for the season, Campbell Moorfield, so he's reliable. He's put that right through the centre. That's a great set shot from Campbell Moorfield. Right on that half-time buzzer, Hugo Higginbotham. That's a dagger for D-Lad. As we hit the halfway point of this match at University Oval, that makes it 6-4-40, the Uni Blacks. D-Lad 2-6-18. They kicked the first 2 goals of that second term, D-Lad. They got it back to within 3 points at one stage, but then the last 3 goals of the term going the way of the hosts. So these of them hold a 22-point advantage going into the main break.
Spot on, Matthew Donald. The goal kickers for the Blacks. Moorfield with 2, the last 2 of the game. Singles for Mithen, Palmer, Chalkley and Gray. For D-Lad, Bowen, who we expect is done for the day with a right hamstring, and Ryan O'Meara, the goal kickers, both in that second term. 6-4-40, the University Blacks. 2-6-18, D-Lad. Sell more after this.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food. That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food, because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.
Would you like to get more closely involved with footy and enjoy the unique camaraderie and bonds that exist in and around footy clubs? VAFA clubs are always looking for volunteers to assist with the weekly running of the club, both on and off the field. Log on to VAFA.com.au and check out our club directory to find a club near you.
The Anytime Fitness VAFA Rising Star Award recognises the competition's most talented young players. Each week, the VAFA Rising Star Committee receives nominations for 1 male and 1 female player, aged 20 years or under, who played no more than 7 senior games before this season. Our overall season winners will be declared the Anytime Fitness VAFA Rising Stars for 2025. So, if your club has a young gun making their mark, nominate them now at media@vafa.com.au.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone? Let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Listen in to the award-winning VAFA William Buck Premier Men's SEN Match of the Day this Saturday afternoon on SEN's new no-delay streaming product, SEN Stadium. That's VAFA Footy, live with no delay, Saturday from 1:45pm. Listen via the app.
6-4-40, the University Blacks, 2-6-18 D-La Salle. Half-time here at the University Main. It is the home squad with a 22-point advantage as the Blacks push for a finals place in 2025 for the first time in top-flight footy in just about a decade. Paddy Grindlay, Hugo Higginbotham, Matthew Donald and Raj Johnston here with you for Saturday afternoon amateur footy, streaming live on the SEN app, SEN website and on VAFA.com. That second term going 29.5 minutes, and 2 Campbell Moorfield goals in the last 3 minutes see us with a 22-point game. But Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ, had Patrick Bowen not done his right hamstring running into an open goal, we could have had a 4-point ball game at about the 22-minute mark of that second quarter. So D-La would feel aggrieved, I think, with how those last 10 minutes elapsed.
Yes, it's so very unfortunate that, because Paddy, he was out. He had the whole forward line in front of him. The ball just needed to bounce, but I'm very unfortunate that reoccurrence of the hamstring injury. And then a few other little incidents as well. I mean, there's a couple of crucial turnovers, the Filipovic non-mark in the middle of the ground, and D-La lost their way a little bit with the focus, and that happens sometimes in footy. So it's a bit of an unfortunate incident there, but, that is football as well. The only encouraging thing is that Blacks are not prolific scorers. So we still only have, a 22-point ball game, and D-La played some really good footy that quarter. They got some really good entries. There was a lot of good transition and ball movement. They need to go back to that now. And looks like they are a couple down on the bench, though, which may be telling as the game goes on.
Yes, you're quite right, because it's the Paddy Bowen hamstring. We know that Luke Healy was really sore earlier in the piece, and I saw Tom Filipovic getting that shoulder tested out. So plenty of homework to be done for Raj Johnston. You'd think at halftime we'll get his halftime report in just a few moments' time. Let's go briefly around the grounds, gentlemen, for the other results that are elapsing across the competition. We'll go first to Brighton Beach Oval, where Old Brighton are taking on St Bernard's, and it's the Tunners 9-7-61. St Bernard's 6-6-42 leading that game of footy. The Tunners, so they're looking in good shape to continue their pursuit of the minor premiership in 2025. St Bernard's led up by 2 points at quarter time, but it's 5 goals to 2 in that second quarter see the Tunners on top by 19 points over at Princess Park in South Caulfield, your part of the world. Hugo, it's Old Haileybury 5-7-37 leading the University Blues 4-6-30. That game is at half-time as well. 2 goals to Jace Morgan for the Bloods highlight that contest. It looks like it's been wire to wire so far for Daniel Ward's Old Haileybury. 7-point leaders at half-time to the TH King at St Kevin's. This is a troubling result for the Scobbers. 5-7-37 they are. Collegians 8-3-51. So the Lions, with 11 scoring shots, lead St Kevin's with 12 scoring shots by 14 points at half-time. So Geordie McKenzie's squad just having a bit of a mid-season resurgence. Alex Lukic and Max Pinchbeck with 2 goals apiece in that one for the Lions. So we'll be keeping you across that one in the second half. And then the later game, which started at 2:20, the Eldzavarians playing Old Scotch. Currently 15 minutes gone in the second quarter. We find the Zavs 6-5-41, leading Old Scotch 4-4-28. So at Toorak Park, the Zavs doing what they do best, running up a high score. Though the Scotchies, for now, keeping in touch. Hayden Woodhouse and Charlie Knott with 2 goals apiece for the Zavs. Fraser Morrisby, Will Clark amongst the scorers for Old Scotch. Hugo Higginbotham, any big storylines for you out of those results?
Well, the Haileybury one's an interesting one at the moment. The Blues are a very good footy team. They've just been unlucky this year. So, but Haileybury's form from last week and this week, that's going to be interesting. Now, St Kevin's down a bit, but we do know how good St Kevin's are as the game finishes off. I think they're one of the best last quarter teams in the competition. But everything else pretty much going to script. Zavs are still looking good. Zavs Scotch would be a very interesting one there, but I know that the Blacks will be really watching that Haileybury at the moment, so it's going to be an interesting one there. That's one we will keep following.
Adrian Indovino's just walked into the commentary box, and I've done him the indignity of asking for his name and title and not knowing what he looks like, which is shocking for me, Adrian. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Pretty good. How's this game of footy gone so far? You seemed right amongst it, and then that last 5 minutes.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes hurt us a little bit. We've got a lot of young boys out there, and they're trying hard, and they're competing, which was good for 25 minutes. It's been our story all year. sadly. That last 5 minutes every quarter is just letting us down.
And you didn't need big Paddy Bowen to do his hamstring again there.
Yeah.
That was an unfortunate one. That was an interesting part of the game there. If he hadn't done the hamstring, steamy into goal, a bit of a sliding door moment.
Yes, he's always struggled with hamstrings. I reckon last year I said to him, mate, if you can play 15 games, we'll go up to A grade. And he played mostly every game last year.
There you go.
And then he's back this year. He's struggling with the hamstring. It's the other hamstring. So he's had the issue with, I think, the left one. It's the right one now. So I think that's him for the year. Definitely done.
2 on the left, 1 on the right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's shocking news for Paddy Bowen. So heart goes out to him. Adrian, I want to ask you about your young players. So it's 5 under-19s eligible players today, Hugo?
There is 5. There is 5, yep.
Sasha Damaski, Luke Healy, Josh Stewart, Macbeth and Crossy.
Heels, Luke Healy, I'm surprised he's still 19s, to be honest. He's been playing in the seniors for about 4 years. So I think he's the next captain of the footy club. So he was at full-back last year, had the famous hand of God moment last year. He'll love that I said that.
But he's gone his dad, I reckon.
Yeah, and his dad too. So he's gone forward this year, and he's our leading goal kicker here, which we can see here in front of me. So, he's a super player. And we brought in Macbeth and Stewart last week, and they were really good. Macbeth's got some just real speed. Made me look all of 30 last week. And I told him, I said, mate, if you're going to be that quick, you can go back to the 19s. Crossy is just a competitor down back. Just fights all day and just... one-on-one, just loves it. And Sasha, we got really late from St. Bede's.
Yes.
He won the Premier Under-19s League BNF last year. And, he's been really good. He's brought in. He thought he was going to play mid-early, and he's gone forward, and he's become really important playing that half-forward role, which is probably the hardest role in footy, I think.
I'm interested in your insight into the footy club over the last 18 months or so. So I was lucky enough to be there on prelim final day, and I think legend still has it that you're running into the open goal at Trevor Barker Beach Oval to kick the final goal of the game.
Yes, I don't think Gout beats me to goal. That's what I keep saying to all the boys. But, like last year, the place was just humming. We think we're an A-grade football club, and sadly we haven't been able to show it this year. But we had a really good year last year, and we've sort of come up and we're rebuilding. Like we've gone up and we're rebuilding. So we've lost, I think there's easily 10 to 12 blokes today playing that didn't play in that prelim side. And even the 2 side, I think there's the same. So that's the turnover of VAFA footy. And, people go to Europe and people stop playing and people go play for money. So, it's been a tough year, but, we go again.
I look at Premier B over the last couple of seasons. Old Haileybury went down in 2023, won the premiership, came straight back up. But it's been, I suppose, tougher sledding for Fitzroy and the Old Melburnians this year in Premier B. Now that you guys know, I suppose, your fate for 2026, what's it like trying to ensure that you don't, not just the double drop, but you're able to be back in the top 4 and pushing for an A-grade spot again? Yeah,
we've spoken about it a little bit. Like, it's a tough comp, Premier B. We call it the championship, like the English championship. It's so hard to get out of. Like, you just get stuck into that. You're going to make a grand final to go up. So it is a tough competition. There's a lot of good sides in there. Like, even looking now, like Ivanhoe. Yeah. We played them in a practice match, and their whole midfield was mostly ex-AFL, and you're like, Jesus Christ. We're just got to make sure that we've keep the group together as much as we can. And we're not that old, but we've got a few old boys and Jakey and Fish, so we can hope we can keep them around and we can, try to come straight back up.
And yourself, of course?
Well, and myself, of course, yes. Yeah,
you're playing again next year, just confirm that one?
Yeah, I'll play again next year. I've feeling a little bit old, but that's all right. Still love it.
Not looking it, though.
Yeah.
So obviously we are going down, and not that I've got any allegiance to the club at all, so just got a son playing in the 19s, but aside from that, just with these younger guys as well, how much have you had to do with them when they come over to training on a Tuesday and Thursday? Have you been working with them much at all, or like yourself and Jake and Fish, the older statesmen, so to speak? Yeah,
I've obviously this year, especially being a forward, I've worked a lot with Hills and Sasha especially. Hills he's a very, he's an alpha forward. So sort of just said to him, mate, when you've got the chance to be the guy up there, you've got to try to be the guy up there. So, but he's going to be a super player. And Sasha, again, he just wants to learn. Get in that front and square, and he's a bit like me. Doesn't love a handball.
Yeah, I was going to say. Have they both learned to give the handball?
Well, yeah, I keep saying
to
him, you've got to give him just a little bit loopy. And then
if you see the 27 anywhere out of your peripheral vision, give.
Yeah, I've got that a lot for a long time.
Adrian, thanks for your time
That's
in
all
the
right,
commentary box. Best of luck for the rest of the season and for whatever's to come next year.
Yeah, no, thanks, boys. Thank you very much.
Adrian Indovino, the captain of De La Salle, joining us in the commentary box here at half time. 40 plays 18. The University Blacks lead up by 22 points. Raj Johnston's about to join us with the half-time talking points. He's just been down in the University Blacks rooms and in the De La Salle rooms. Raj, I'll start with the injury report because it seems that the sore boys are mounting, especially for the visitors. We saw Paddy Bowen go down with a left hamstring injury. We assume he's done for the day?
Yeah, that's right. Just spoke with one of the DLR trainers, Paddy Bowen, done for the day. They are keeping tight-lipped on Stephen Carvelis, say they're working on him, but it didn't look good. So we'll see what happens there.
So Carvelis and Bowen
was that
potentially
an
ankle?
Carvelis,
yeah.
or
looks like it. That's what they were working on in the rooms. They say they're working on him, so we'll see what happens.
And there's of course Filipovic, who had a sore shoulder in the latter stages of that second term, though that looked to be hopefully a stinger. Other than injuries, what's the DLR side of things?
Well, there was much improvement up forward in the second quarter. They limited the Blacks' intercept game. Their kicking accuracy will be really important going into the second half. Little to no wind, so that's not going to be affecting that. They did think, though, they have to keep their effort levels up. They really can't afford to drop off early and create a big mental challenge to come back from, but they were very pleased with how they turned it around at the start of the second quarter.
Let's go to the University Black side of things. Dale Bauer would have been happy with that last 5 minutes especially, although I think the second term up to that point didn't go as he'd like.
That's right. They said it themselves. They didn't try hard enough at the start of the second quarter. They really needed to bring their effort level up and control the game back on their terms. Listening into their half-time address, they're acknowledging DLR are going to be hungry. They're still fighting. Ladder positions aside, they're a good side. So the Uni Blacks are conscious. Clean entries will build pressure in the gold square. They highlighted Will Moorfield at the end of the second quarter there. So that's more of what Dale Bauer wants to see, bringing that grind, as he called it.
Yeah, the grind's going to be an important part of this contest. Thank you very much, Raj. Have you enjoyed the boundary so far? Pretty good conditions for it?
I have. Good conditions.
Yeah,
It's
lovely.
been, apart from the couple of DLR injuries, a relatively clean bill of health, which is always good. No one else has nothing significant for the Uni Blacks yet, so we'll see if it stays that way in the second half.
Raj Johnston, our boundary rider for today's broadcast, doing a terrific job here at the University Main. That's all for Partners Wealth Group. So 6-4-40 to 2-6-18, 22 points the advantage for the University Blacks. Both teams now out there to resume play for this second half. A 22-point advantage that could have been 4 points had Paddy Bowen not done his hamstring while running into an open goal, and then the Blacks, Mithen and Toof to Moorfield goals to really take back the advantage. 10 scoring shots to 8 is probably a more accurate indication of how this game has gone to date so far. We'll go once more around the grounds for those who missed it as we started off. Of course, 4 other games on in William Buck Premier today. For Partners Wealth Group, we'll start with St Bernard's and Old Brighton. Over at Brighton Beach Oval, it's the Tunners by 19 points over the Snow Dogs. In South Caulfield, Old Haileybury by 7 points over the University Blues. The TH King in Toorak, Collegians by 14 points on the road over St Kevin's. And we're keeping our eye on that one across the course of today for Partners Wealth Group. And in the later start at Toorak Park, it's the Old Zavarians by 12 points over Old Scotch. Some broadcast information for those games. You can, of course, watch on VAFA TV the Old Scotch Old Zavarians game. Again, the later kickoff. So as this game finishes up here in Parkville, you can catch the finish of that one. Old Brighton St Bernard's is also streaming on VAFA TV, and then over on Community TV. It's St Kevin's and Old Scotch, one of the great rivalries in William Buck Premier Women's. They're battling out in a battle for second spot at the top part of the ladder, with Caulfield Grammarians bossing the competition in William Buck Premier Women's in 2025. Paddy Grindlay, Matthew Donald, Hugo Higginbotham and Raj Johnston here with you this afternoon for Saturday afternoon amateur footy on the SEN app and on sen.com.au and on vafa.com.au. And a reminder, you can listen to our call using the SEN Stadium feature on the SEN app, which is available for both Apple and Android. Matthew Donald, Hugo Higginbotham, that's every read under the sun that I needed to get out at half-time. What are your expectations for this second half of footy, Matty?
Oh, I mean, it was a really costly final sort of 5 minutes of that first half at De La Salle. But up until that point, I loved the way that they approached that second quarter. They took the game on. They were brave. They were ambitious with their play. They were getting the ball forward. And they had the Uni Blacks under a mountain of pressure. And it could have even had the lead at one point. I think Miller had that shot that hit the post that would have given them the lead, and a couple of other opportunities as well. And they're just a couple of things just going against them, with the injury to Paddy Matty Bowen, and then a couple of umpiring decisions not going their way as well, and that's ballooned things out. But I think Nick Highland will be really encouraged by the way that they played, and will be stressing to continue playing the way that they did for the first 25 minutes of that second quarter.
The halftime show was thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking, and our third quarter ahead is for the Clyde Hotel, the spiritual home pub of the University Blacks. The Clyde in Carlton has been serving the local community since the 1860s. Hugo Higginbotham, something you notice as D-La made its way out into the field?
Yes, only 20 players out there. 2 have just gone to the bench, so that means Carvelis probably not looking good for that ankle trouble that he's having.
Going to make a difficult challenge all the more harder now for D-La Salle with half a bench.
Down those couple of rotations, it tells later in the quarters as well.
Yeah.
You get that bit of a drop-off where the players get really tired.
Well, it means if they do pull this off, it's going to be a very famous victory for D-La. That's the glass half full approach as this second half begins. Rana and Stanton into the ruck. Rana won it down. Williams hacked it off the ground. So they get the first clearance inside 50 here, D-La, to start this second half. Aleo picked it up here at half back. Diced out of trouble and then goes out towards Loftus, who's got it at half back. Wheels and goes, wastes no time, goes up the line. Strong mark by Gray, who takes on the wing. University side, the far side of the ground. Of course, Uni Black's kicking to the left of your radio dial, the Swanson Street end of the ground here in this third term. And Gray's kick goes up the line. Fisher looked to thump it towards the boundary line, didn't quite make it. And the umpire instead will call for a ball up at right half forward for the Blacks.
Just give you an indication there. Fisher punches the ball down, and then you've got Williams at the bottom of the pack there. They're two so important players for this group at the moment. Such experience.
So Rana flicks it back towards goal. Miller was roving it and was tackled into the fence by Cassidy. Not aggressively, though, so no free kick, just a boundary throw.
He actually pulled him up nicely there, didn't he, with much care. Not like the old days.
Very gentlemanly.
Nearly try and put him through it.
So this time a boundary throw in. Rana again getting the tap down. And we'll get another ball up. So our third stoppage here in this congestion. And Paddy, I'll give you to do the honours this time for me, if you'd be so kind.
Thank you, Matty. Right half forward we are for the University Blacks. 22-point leaders as Amendola's trying to do something about that for D-La. Got the footy through. A whistle in back play for a throw. And Amendola pressing his case.
It's been a few very close ones of throwing today, so maybe the umpire's going to pull that up a little bit.
So Oliver with the free kick, 55 metres out from goal. There is a little bit of a breeze advantage, you'd say, to the Swanston Street end of this ground. It is nominal, but Oliver does have a little bit of a breeze at his back. Goes for Morford in the pocket. Fisher one-on-one, spoils it out of play. No issues whatsoever with making that one. Another stoppage inside 50 here for the Blacks to start this second half. Or for the Clyde Hotel, they are 6-4-40. D-La 2-6-18. Goal kickers today. Campbell Moorfield has a couple for the Blacks. Singles to Gray, Chalkley, Palmer and Nithin as this ball is hurled back into play. And it is Moorfield who takes it out of the ruck. Handballed it away. Pushed off the kick there was Clark. Dow's waiting for it. Smacked away from him. Dow goes again. On the outside to Loftus. One way then the other. Steps through. Amendola brings him down.
Good tackle.
Took a little bit too long there, did Kane Loftus. And Amendola through left half back for D-La takes the free kick.
He's got no idea where he wants to go, Amendola. So instead he goes to a one-on-one on the opposite side of the ground. Ernest did well to bring it to ground against Rossiter, the youngster. And eventually it is locked up and we'll get a stoppage here on the wing.
He's done well there, Rossiter, to hold that up, because that was not an ideal kick against a larger opponent.
No, a fair bit of pressure, but he managed it well. He's had quite a good debut to this point. Williams got the hand pass out, high kick up towards half forward, brought to ground. There's my boy Macbeth again. Shaky gets away from the ball and then straight to the right foot with a kick inside 50. Great kick to Brooker, who beat Macking in the air, and that is no mean feat. And Brooker's reward is a look at goals here. He'll be kicking from just outside the paint at 50. Not much of an angle to speak of. It'll be the distance that'll worry him here. But this will be a great start to the second half for D-La Salle.
Just shows you the value of fast ball movement forward and then kicking to advantage, because Macking was no chance to get that when that was out to Brooker's front right-hand side. Distance may be an issue here. I reckon you're on the money there, Matty.
Just 2 goals for the season for Brooker. Not a noted goal kicker. He's got the distance, no worries at all.
Goodness.
Oh, he actually did fall short, but it was pushed across the face of goal anyway. Escorted over the line by Rana for a rush behind.
That was Simon Petch's helicopter.
Yeah, the old potato sack.
2-7-19 D-La. Uni Black 6-4-40. 4 minutes gone here in this third term.
So Robertson towards us then. High kick, St Clair.
Not again.
Brought down in the air by Lingberg.
A rough old day.
Oh, hasn't he?
Went up and pretty much grabbed him by the collarbone there.
Basically.
All's fair. And good to take his kick is St Clair. So he was sore in that first half. He's going to balance this kick for Gray, who leapt, but it was fisted away from him by Stanton. Great tackle by Doherty. Rana still got the kick away. It was impeded, and Filipovic, who's recovered from that knock to the shoulder, takes the intercepting mark and spreads it to Miller. So Max Miller, Grocott tries to stop his flow, and they'll move it through left half back here, D-Lar, but there are no options down the University side wing. No. So this ball should be coming back to Fisher, you'd think. No, it's going to be a high kick down the line, which will frustrate Jake Williams, who was screaming for it on the broadcast side. Macking went for a fly, couldn't bring the ball down. Palmer spreads the handball up to Grocott, who can kick it inside 50. He's tackled as he kicked. It affected the disposal. Not enough, though, for Oliver to be pushed off the footy. He marks 52 metres out. Handball over the top into the pocket. D-Lar, University Blacks into goal. A shot might have been there from Valpede, and he misses to the right-hand side. So low percentage opportunity, you'd have to say there from the University Blacks. They move to 6-5-41. D-Lar 2-7-19. 5 minutes gone for the Clyde Hotel in the third.
Just that lack of wanting to take the game on and use that lateral movement out of the back half of the ground when they had players out there. Just costly for D-Lar.
So Fisher from the kick in runs his full measure and then drives it out towards the back flank. Big pack of players. Macbeth there at ground level again. He's very good at roving the footy, Macbeth. Goes with the hand pass back, and then Miller with a dribbling kick along the ground looking for Macbeth. It's been turned over, though. Now it's on the wing. Look forward again there by D-Lar, and they might be able to get it away here. They've got space. Williams ran a long way, then looked to clip it into the forward pocket, looking for O'Meara. Was knocked away from him, though, by Clay. Oh. And it's been, it's a risky kick coming out of defence there from the Uni Blacks, and it's been turned over. O'Meara with a kick in board once again, and the diving mark is taken by Basacci, who dived low and clung onto it. And he can line up for goal. Not too dissimilar position to where Brooker was a few minutes ago.
I actually think that was Brooker who kicked it to...
Oh, he wanted to go there, Versace.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
I don't think he's very confident in getting the distance from here, but now he may not have no choice but to let fly for goal.
I'd love to see him go barrel here. You don't see that very often anymore, do you?
Well, we did see one a little bit earlier from, who was it down the wing from Rouse?
Is that what that was?
He's handed it off to Fisher, who's going to let fly from outside 50. It'll go close! Right on the line, the umpire.
That's a goal! There. That was kicked off the ground.
Yeah. It's been hooked into the ground by Brooker. He had the distance that time. And now we're gonna have a conversation here by the field and goal umpire because there's appeals for a touch.
They're all getting on this umpires.
Now the boundary umpire. We don't have.
Bring the ball.
We're going to bring the. We don't. Well, we don't have Spike, and we don't have any of the goal line cameras, so we're just relying on the eyes of the umpires here.
Well, I can see that from here. I can see the leg go out and the ball come off the leg.
I reckon this will be a goal.
And it's going to be given. Brooker's got it. I think he'll be credited with the goal there. There are a huge pack of players on the line, but it's the number 22 who got put to ball in the end and just got it through. We'll agree to disagree with the Uni Blacks defenders, but an important goal for D-Lar. 3-7-25 to 6-5-41. 7 minutes gone on the third term scoreboard for the Clyde Hotel. And it's been a good start here from the visitors in this second half. Hugo Higginbotham.
Yeah, it has. The build-up's been a lot better. They're using the ball when they take the game on. It's when they sort of go back into their shells a little bit and just want that long down the line stuff that it makes it easier for the Blacks. So they've got to take this game on. Well, they've got to get in front for starters, but the format's there to use the lateral ball movement, get it away from congestion, and the results on the board. Here we go again.
Filipovic out of the centre of the University main. What a kick! It went about a metre off the ground the whole way, and it punched a hole in the chest of Luke Healy.
He was a bit sore from earlier too. The last thing he needed. But that was an amazing execution off the back of that brilliant clearance. So that was very, very good. And you can just see Filipovic how good player he is, just to read that ball coming through the middle. And that execution was excellent.
So Healy slides to take the chest mark. He's got a 45-degree angle and a 45-metre kick to contend with. He's a left footer. This would be for 2 goals in a row for D-Lar. He's pulled it. He's pulled it. 3 goals, 8-26.
Stabbed at it.
6-5-41, the University Blacks. 11 scoring shots apiece, but a 15-point lead for the University Blacks for the Clyde Hotel.
Mackenzie to Leo, who's going to dice with the boundary line here, and it's out of bounds on the full. There are a couple of Blacks players converging on it. And some advice from the crowd as well.
Colourful too, I think it was.
And it's across and Sinclair again here. Sinclair on the mark. Cross to take the kick.
Bit of unstable footing underneath Crossy there.
Oh, yeah, he wants to get on solid ground and does so eventually and plays it safe with the kick up the line. Healy coming in from the side, got hands to it. Gray was there. Damashki now robes it. He gets the hand pass across to Fisher and then one more to Filipovic and now Amendola and they're running past it. Stewart who's spearsing into its goal. It's just gone over the head there of Versace. They're peppering away, Taylor. 3-9, 27 to 6-5, 41, and they waste no time bringing the ball back into play to the Blacks. Paddy Grindlay.
Moorfield's gone back. He took the kick out, got it to Palmer, past halfway. Fisher pounds that ball into the fence. University side, it'll be thrown in neutral territory, centre wing. So 41 to 27, 12 scoring shots to 11, D-Lar lead, but they're 14 points down in this game of footy. So finishing the story of the day for Nick Highland, you'd think this has been an impressive start to this third quarter for the Clyde Hotel. Moorfield into the ruck. He's doing everything at the moment, taking on big Tommy Stanton. Another ball up at the feet this time of the rucks. So that skyline still without a cloud here in Parkville. Beautiful day for football. It's been clean. It's been good to watch. Stanton goes for a fly on the attempted tap down. Doherty on the outside for D-Lar. Knocked off his kick. The other way comes Valpede. Has a handball target to the outside. Great tackle. D-Lar hold the ball up momentarily through that Filipovic rundown. Still the ball goes, the umpire lets them play, and now we'll throw it up at right half forward for the Blacks. 41 playing 27 for the Clyde Hotel. Matthew Donald, though the only goal of this quarter to De La Salle's Jamie Brooker to close the margin.
And they're pressing away. They've done all the scoring pretty much in this third term here of D-Lar as well, and they'll get the free kick out of this contest too. Filipovic to take it at half back. Now, he's tempted to switch it.
Yes, this is better. That's what I was going to say. That's what they need to do, because they've got players out there. They need to chain this out.
He's gone to Fisher and he's gone to Lingberg. He's asked an awful lot of him, and he's had to contend with two in the air, and it's been turned over. Oliver can walk into goal here, but instead he goes to pass to Valpede. Did he mark it? No! Umpire, wait, play on. I think that's a good call from you, Hugo Higginbotham. It was very close. It might have just been a half volley.
Yeah, it was.
Fred Valpede is not barracking for himself at all in that decision-making, so that indicates a fair bit.
He pleads no contest as the ball is tossed up again. Lingberg is there, comes out to Gray's hand pass, was charged down by Stewart, gets a hat kick out of defence, and here's Macbeth once again, who's been lively in this third term. He got the leg break there, did Healy. Word by Macking, out to Chalkley, he's caught. Gets a hand pass to Robertson, who had a fumble, back to Chalkley. He's got to contend with Macbeth. He gets it to Moorfield over the top to a layout. D-Lar and not going away! And then it's a strong tackle there by O'Meara. They're really in the hunt now, the visitors. They are up for this, D-Lar. They are well and truly in the hunt here.
It certainly are. There's a lot of feeling out there amongst the boys.
The pressure is bouncing from one to the next, and it comes to Filipovic once again, who goes with a kick up towards half forward, free for a hold. Going to...
Away Macking.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It is.
Macking, but no advantage.
Yep. Yes.
So the high-flying 26 will take the kick. Booker, the man, the mark.
He's been excellent down there today, Macking, hasn't he? He's been very busy.
So between wing and half-back away, who has been forced to fight pretty hard. Going in the Sinclair direction. Oliver there also. Free kick going to Ben Oliver.
Kane Rossiter pleading that he had his head. But,
heard from his Auskick coach that he's good on the lip. Kane Rossiter.
Very good.
Darkus handball receive. Barrels the kick inside 50 touched. Off the fingers. Valpede. Cassidy was knocked off the ball. Brooker should take the mark. There's a Blacks player down in back play. Looks to be Jack Cassidy. Slow to his feet.
He's holding his head there for a minute.
Brooker between wing and half back up the line. Healy fisted away from him by McKenzie, and the big V defender picks up the footy, then lost control of it. Healy goes again, tries to feed it backwards to Williams, who wants the boundary and gets it in front of us, broadcast wing. Neutral territory.
You're mentioning away Macking, Hugo. What I love about what D-Lar have done today, they've kept him accountable. They've kept someone on him. They haven't let him run free and do what he does best. They've made sure to keep him honest all day.
Yeah, tough job too.
The throw-in didn't quite make the rucks. Rana and Stanton. Clark barrelling through the contest. Didn't emerge with the football. Williams made sure of that. Cassidy involves himself, and it will be thrown up directly in front of us, centre wing at the University main. 41 plays 27 for the Clyde Hotel. The Blacks in front.
I know it's cliche, but it feels like the next goal now, and this game is really, really important.
Next goal wins, buddy.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm not prepared to go that brave just yet.
Go on. I dare you.
We close the game to 8 points here with another goal to D-Lar. I know they're down to 2 on the bench, and it still looks like there's only 2 that are kitted up and ready to go for D-Lar on the bench. That could be the end of Carvallis as well for the day,
Yeah.
Steve Carvallis, as well as Paddy Bohan as well, which we all saw with that hamstring in the second term. Meanwhile, the ball's gone out of play, a boundary throw in. Rucks let it bounce, and Rana grabbed it out. Hand passed it out. Stewart slapped it forward straight to Aleo, who gets a kick away up towards half forward. Oh, great mark by Cross. He read that well, going back with the flight, and gets the hand pass away to Lingberg, who provides a bit of drive out of halfback. Going up towards Macbeth, the shortest bloke on the ground. He has to go and apply the tackle there on Loftus. Loftus was a bit too strong for him, though, in the contest. Got the hand pass away, but it's been turned over. Maxi Miller running onto it now. Looks to go inside 50. It's gone over there to Brooker and Macking, both misreading it in the air. Don't say that too often to Macking. And then Healy, tackled. He's made into the post there. Don't see that too often either. Clay, yeah.
No, wasn't much in that. I think he actually pulled up on that one. He could have gone a lot harder.
Bit of Hodge on Wingard stuff back in the day.
Yes, but just that entry before, that was just a highlight of how they are falling down a bit today. Just with those forward entries, just not finding the targets.
So 14-point game. D-Lar pressing. Healy into the ruck against Rana. Trying to bustle his way through there was Ford. It's all pretty desperate in tight. Ida and Damashki waiting for it. Right, left half forward. Doherty does a 360, falls over, kicks it back towards the hot spot. O'Meara's there. Brooker, great fist. It came late. Might have been Rouse or Chalkley over the top, and now Loftus, big tackle of Williams. Still they roll. Macbeth!
There's Macbeth!
Got it!
There's Matty! The double fisted from you, Matty, as well. Up and about.
A timely moment for Macbeth. 33 plays 41. D-Lar cut it back to 8 points, 15.5 gone for the Clyde Hotel in this third quarter. 13 scoring shots to 11. D-Lar just moving ahead in that number, but they're just getting closer and closer. It's a forward-half game for them at the moment.
I think Matty said next goal wins, didn't he? We both heard it. I think there might be something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
There's actually just a blue on the ground before between a D-Lar player and the runner, but it's okay because they're brothers. It's both the Philippines.
That's correct.
They'll give it to each other.
They're twins.
Yeah, they are too.
You'd think they'd be able to communicate without Seb having to run out in the field. So he hurt his shoulder, I believe it was, in the Scotch game. So he's done for the year. So helping out Nick Hyland by running some drinks and some messages.
So Stanton with the tap down. Now Loftus is going to run onto it, being harassed by Ita. And now ball's in dispute. I did say at the very least the next goal's important. But it's gone the way of D-Lar.
Every goal's important.
They all do help, don't they?
Yeah.
It's 8 points at University Oval. Who would have predicted this coming into the match? D-Lar fighting bravely down to 2 on the bench. They've kicked the only 2 goals of this second half to this point. Ball comes out now to Stewart. Then Miller with a hand pass to Lingberg, who drives up towards centre half forward. Good kick from Williams, who takes it on the second grab. He had Rossiter running past with a hand pass. Now Williams looks to switch it across the face of goal. Dangerous kick. It's hit the deck though, and they've maintained possession. Damashki's kick was smothered going inside 50. He's going to go and get it again. Damashki goes with a hand pass to Amendola, who's got time to straighten.
Amendola
for home. It's another one for D-Lar.
They're coming.
Here come D-Lar. Salle, Hugo. That's 3 in a row. It's the magic number we speak of at the comeback. Every serious comeback has 3 in a row.
Really?
Yep.
Right.
For a comeback to be serious, Hugo, you need 3 in a row, and that's what they've got in this second half of D-Lar Salle. And it is back to 2 points at University Oval.
You're just happy because your next goal win calls.
It's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's looking good now.
It's a lot to play up. Yeah, you might be on the money there. No, but they're playing with a lot of feeling and they're using the ball well and they're moving it fast too. They've gone away from... Look, they can still tidy up a few things, but they've gone away from that slow play, which really hurts them. Ooh,
righto, so big
punch.
Finish to this third term. Rana's had enough of this. He fists it clear of the centre bounce. Stanton, though, through Amendola. D-Lar come again. The kick past halfway. O'Meara's there. Aleo at the footy. Williams got him, holding the ball.
Williams, he's an important player for D-Lar, isn't he?
He and Macbeth in this term.
Yeah.
Seriously, been really
well,
good.
That move of Williams to that higher half forward, that's been key.
Inside 50, Williams goes. Brooker is there. Macking cuts it down and comes down limping. It's a kick that was pretty much destined for him from the boot of Williams. He looks to be carrying on. Macking, that's a nice kick to St Clair through left half back. So the Blacks, I think they just need to take some sting out of this game momentarily. They need to do some scoring. 6-5-41 plays 5-9-39 for the Clyde Hotel. Moorfield and Fisher in a one-on-one. It won't make them. Stanton fades across the front. Couldn't take the mark. Stanton takes the tackle. Mithen brings him down in front of us between wing and half forward for the Blacks. Broadcast side. 2-point game of footy, closest it's been since the very start. Hugo and Matthew.
Very exciting. Playing some good footy here, so Blacks really need to consolidate.
22-point leaders at half-time, the Blacks. It's back to 2. Filipovic, he kicks out of the contest, or it was your boy, Kane Rossiter. It's cut down. Xavier Chalkley takes the mark, defensive side of the wing for the Blacks.
They want to push up, get a bit of territory here, the Blacks. Just try and take the sting out of this, as you say, Paddy. It's been all D-Lar the last few minutes of this term. Stewart there at half-back. He's caught a strong tackle, and that should be a ball up. It is. 19 minutes gone here in this third term on the Clyde Hotel scoreboard.
Hasn't been a lot of front half footy for the Blacks, has it?
No. I'd say at least for the last 15 minutes it has been all D-Lar in this third term. Ernest. There's Macbeth taking it over the line for a boundary throw in. His energy has been really important in this third term, Macbeth. I know we've talked a lot about him.
So I'm just noticing, Hugo, Jake Williams is the deepest forward now for D-Lar Salle, and it's Sasha Damashki they've pushed up to the contest.
Stanton, we've got the tap down initially. Ida crashed through, got the hand pass away back to Stanton, who wants to take him on. He's dispossessed. Amendola with the hand pass across. They got a bit of space here now. D-Lar kick up the line. Looking there, nice little hand pass there from O'Meara, looking for Macbeth, who just about got it away. Ford used the body well. Umpire Wade play on. Clark with a hand pass over the top, bouncing ball. Now Chalkley's got a problem. He's dispossessed. Macbeth charging through. He lost it at the last as well. Chalkley looking for Ernest. The hand pass comes out now. There's Hugo's boy Kane. Once again, it's Macbeth. That's 3. And then he goes short inside 50. Here's Williams again. Has he got the distance? He doesn't look to go for goal. He looks to pass it. Great mark coming across the face of goal. Palmer's done so well there. Saved the day for the Uni Blacks. And he drives a kick out to Chalkley, who takes a strong grab right in front of the interchange gates at half-back. And then comes inboard with a risky kick to Clark, but it works, and he's got it. And they'll just slow things down once again.
Massive there from Ty Palmer, fading across the front of Brooker, it looked to be. Oliver now for the Blacks between wing and half-back. This has been a thrilling 10 minutes of football. D-Lar have come rattling back into it. Oliver kicks for touch for Ernest, who hit for an early fly. Got to be a free. So Doherty will take it. Centre wing broadcast side. Shadows lengthening now. Into time on third term. Crunch time for D-Lar. Long kick for Williams. Off fading is Oliver. Coming over the top with Stanton. Oliver held on.
That's a really important mark because I'm just seeing away Mackie. I can't see him out in the field. Is he?
Yeah, he's on the bench.
I think he rolled his ankle in that last mark because he came away from it very ginger.
Oliver high past centre wing. Ernest takes a spillage and goes through the middle of the University main. Loftus brought down by Miller. Max Miller.
And they're off.
They're off to the races, D-Lar. Damashki pushes it ahead to Ida. Open forward half. Ida just holds for now. Now he'll go towards right half forward over the head of Stanton into the waiting mitts of McKenzie, who dropped the mark. Stanton picks it back up. He's dispossessed. Still they roll. D-Lar pushing desperately inside 50. The Blacks having to use all of their defensive nous to push this ball out. Chalkley down the far side wing. His kick is cut down. And Stanton takes the mark for D-Lar.
And what's going on here? Stanton's... Stewart's got it, rather.
Stewart's got it, sorry.
Short with a great kick to Healy, a dart. Now Healy's too far out to score. This has been the kick, and there's a push over there. Umpire Wade play on straight away. And it's stayed in. Aleo's got it now, recovers it, and goes out towards half-back. Straight to Healy, though. Now he still might be too far out to score here, Luke Healy.
What he wants to do is put it deep, though. Put it to the square. Put it to a dangerous spot.
Give his forwards a chance to fly to Healy. Goes looking for O'Meara.
Good mark.
And that is another good mark. Tell you what, this defence has stood up well in the last few minutes. At time it was Angus Rana drifting in behind to take the intercept mark.
That's what they're famous for, those intercept marks.
They're standing up well in the absence of away macking in these last few minutes. Another kick that time. It was Stewart there who got hands to it. It's come out now. Filipovic was there, but it's been turned over. Valpede's away. He takes a bounce. He runs laterally. He fans it out to Ernest on this near side of the ground, rather. He's got time to run onto it. He's got some separation on his man. Draws it up. The hand pass inboard is a dangerous one. And then Kane applies the tackle. The D-Lar away supporter in raptures. They have congregated. They are making plenty of noise here at University Oval. They believe. They definitely believe here. It's still a 2-point ball game. We are well into time on now in this third term. Tap towards the boundary line as it's stayed in. I think they
was over the line. Everyone stopped except for the umpire.
Amendola and Filipovic were just sort of looked at each other and thought, should we take it out? Should we give it in? No, let's take it out. A bit of a team meeting there in the middle of the ground.
They all need a break. It's been a frenetic quarter of footy. 24 minutes gone in the third. Still a 2-point lead for the Blacks, just holding on. Brooker throws a fist at it from the restart. And he goes Stewart. The handle was at the bootlaces of Damashki. It was too hot for him. And now Ernest on the outside for the Blacks. Picks up the footy beside the boundary line. Awkward looking left foot pass will work out okay. St Clair leapt early. Couldn't pick up the footy. Lingberg, Amendola and Delar will work it out inside defensive 50. The kick's high. Oh, Damashki and Rana. The tallest man and the shortest man on the field combine. Eventually Cassidy. Darkus on that right. Puts it inside 50. Moorfield or St Clair. Fisher with the fist. Dow to the right hand side. Max Dow snaps. It's bending for a goal.
Oh, huge goal.
Huge goal from Max Dow. And it's one that the Blacks desperately needed. 7-5-47. They lead De La Salle 5-9-39. 25-minute mark of the third term for the Clyde Hotel. 8-point lead re-established by the University Blacks. Max Dow's on the board today. He becomes their 6th goal kicker. 8-point lead. So things very tight. Steve De La still with 2 more scoring shots, which is pretty much the indicator, I think, Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ about how this game has been going so far.
Yeah, it has. They've had the majority of the quarter played in their half dealer, and Blacks haven't seen too much of it down there, but they're just a dangerous forward and a dangerous spot there as well, and a beautiful execution, and it was speed of ball movement off the back of that turnover.
Delara coming, but they've got to be guarded here in the latter stages of this third term. Williams was, well, the hand pass from Brooker was looking for Williams. Williams has applied a great tackle there, and he's been rewarded. Pin the arm.
Chicken wing.
Strong stuff there from Jake Williams. He gets the free kick. So they'll be able to set themselves to the chance inside 50 here. Williams, who's had an excellent game today, but particularly in this third term.
Great kick.
Drives it, looking for Fisher, who marks inside 50. He got away from Macking, or Ida rather, sorry. There's too many of them out there, Hugo.
Got confused by the haircuts there, the lack thereof.
But there's no confusion about D-Lar's third term. They've been excellent today.
I think I just heard someone from D-Lar call him mini-fish.
It's an opportunity for Tom Ida. He's only kicked 1 this season. Wouldn't he love to double his tally here? He'll kick from just outside 50. He's kicked it high. He's kicked it across the face. Won't quite have the carry, although it's not back into the field of play. It's Macbeth again. Macbeth has kicked it across the face. He's missed everything. And it's gone out of play for a boundary throw in, but they continue to press Dealer.
They are.
26.5 gone in this third term. 7-5-47 Uni Blacks. 5-9-39 De La Salle. It's on the Clyde Hotel scoreboard. Paddy Grindlay, the visitors pressing once more.
Biscacci and Rana. The young man Biscacci did well. Ida went flashing through, couldn't get the footy. O'Meara tackles. Macbeth hacks a kick high. 3-on-1, favouring the Blacks. Macking man in front. Should be paid the mark, will be.
Yeah.
Had Biscacci trying to wrestle the Sharon off him. And Macking will go into the back pocket for Clark. And I think if the Blacks are to win this game of footy today, he's got a bit on his nose there, James Clark.
Got the nose strapped.
Well, he came off with the blood rule earlier in the game.
But if they're to win this, Hugo, I do think of the intercept defence in the last 15 minutes for the Blacks. It has stopped the D-Lar onslaught on a few occasions. Macking doing the job there. Hot light kick towards us. Rana had it fisted away by Cross. Cassidy and St Clair fight for the same footy for the Blacks. Moorfield goes towards Grocott, who's got the space on Lingberg. Flings a shoe at it. Straight into the waiting hands of Doherty, who dices the kick towards the corridor. Rouse, big tackle on Macbeth, and it will be thrown up attacking side of the wing for the University Blacks. 27.5 now gone in this third term for the Clyde Hotel. It's the Blacks by 8 points.
So Damashki's got a problem here just from this stoppage, and it's Cassidy who rolls it, gets the kick towards our forward. The bounce eludes St Clair. Oh, well done there by Lingberg. Said, get out of my way, St Clair. And he goes with a kick up towards the wing. No one able to take the mark. It's Rouse who sets it back towards half forward. And St Clair this time holds on. He's been trying to take a good mark today, Tom St Clair. He's finally held on to one. Good diving mark, about 55 metres out from goal.
He's a really long kick.
He's going to wheel and go, St Clair. It's a floaty, a wobbly kick, and it's nearly worked. It's bounced off the chest there, and it's gone off the pocket. Great tackle applied there by Valpede, and he's been rewarded.
He's very fast, Valpede.
Valpede has speed, and now he's got the free kick. He'll be in the left forward pocket. He'll be on a tight angle. He'll be kicking from about 35 metres out. And there will not be long to go in this third term by the time he lets fly.
I reckon there'll be no time left in this third term.
Oh, on the buzzer.
There will be no time at all.
Oh, good grief.
So Uniblacks kicked one just on the half-time siren to push the lead out to 22 points. Can Valpede extend the lead to 14 at three-quarter time with a similar kick?
There it is.
Yes, he can. He can indeed. It's Footscray's very own Freddie Valpede once more on the scoreboard for the first time in the game. And yet again, the Uni Blacks kick a crucial one on the buzzer. Campbell Moorfield at half-time, Freddie Valpede at three-quarter time. And as we turn for home on the scoreboard here for the Clyde Hotel, it is 8-5-53 the Uni Blacks. De La Salle 5-9-39, a 14-point lead to the Blacks. A couple of timely goals late in the term as the visitors closed in.
And we'll hear all about it from the University Blacks coach Dale Bauer. Our huddle report for Partners Wealth Group on the other side of this.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone? Let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food. That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com. Would you like to get more closely involved with footy and enjoy the unique camaraderie and bonds that exist in and around footy clubs? VAFA clubs are always looking for volunteers to assist with the weekly running of the club, both on and off the field. Log on to vafa.com.au and check out our club directory to find a club near you.
Listen in to the award-winning VAFA William Buck Premier Men's SEN Match of the Day this Saturday afternoon on SEN's new no-delay streaming product, SEN Stadium. That's VAFA Footy, live with no delay, Saturday from 1:45pm. Listen via the app.
Three-quarter time here at the University Main. We've got ourselves a rollicking finish to this game of footy. It's the Blacks 8-5-53, leading De La Salle 5-9-39. 14 points the advantage. Doesn't really tell the story of the third term where De La wrested control of this game of footy. They kicked three goals in a row. They reduced the Blacks' lead to just 2 points before Max Dow and Freddie Valpede re-established the Blacks' advantage. They go in 14-point leaders to the final break. The goal kickers, Campbell Moorfield has 2 for the Blacks and singles for Gray, Chalkley, Palmer, Mithun, Dow and Valpede. For De La, all singles, Bowen, O'Meara, Brooker, Macbeth and Amendola for the blue and yellow, who have travelled well and have one big effort, you'd think, left in them, with at least only 2 on the bench, we assume, and potentially down to 1 as Sasha Damashki went off hurt. Let's just quickly throw it down to Raj Johnston on the boundary for us, who has an update, Raj.
Yeah, unfortunately, before we get to the Uni Blacks huddle, not great news for De La on the injury front. When I was at their bench just on the three-quarter time siren, O'Meara was also in a lot of pain. Trainers attending to him. I'm still waiting to get some more information on what's happened there, but that's Ryan O'Meara, who was also in a lot of pain on three-quarter time.
Thanks, Raj Johnston. I'm just trying to look for Sasha Damashki in the De La huddle. He does seem to be a participant. I can see him in there with the forwards group, so hopefully he can continue on, and hopefully it's the same for Ryan O'Meara, because if they're both sore Matthew Donald, they're down to none on the bench.
Well, yeah, and then given how bravely they fought it out, it would make it an almighty challenge. The good thing I can see, I mean, make of it what you will, looks like O'Meara is with the main huddle now, receiving the final address. I'm not sure if that means anything, Hugo. You've probably got more experience in this than I.
Let's get back to you in a second, Hugo Higginbotham, because the University Blacks players have just formed around Dale Bauer. Let's go inside his huddle for Partners Wealth Group.
These numbers are a bit of an indictment, boys.
Gussie, listen.
These numbers are a bit of an indictment to us, all right? I reckon 14-5 clearances for the quarter, all right? Inside 30s, 14-7, all right? So again, hasn't changed from what we talked about at quarter time, and we haven't responded well enough around the contest with our pressure, all right? Remember, quite often what we're trying to do is it's like we're trying to feed hands out every time from stoppage, and we're trying to shake the ball every time. Their pressure is good. All right? So it's okay to quick kick the ball forward. All right? So we're just going to have to ramp up our contest stuff. That's where the game is at the moment. All right? Let's have a look at the team. So what we're going to do is Freddie go into the middle. Zach go forward and give us something. So we're going to keep TS, Growy and Morph on. So Ty and Will rotate through the smalls and the wings. Cashew rotate mid. Rousey's still back. Come on, boys. All right, come in tight, boys. Let's fucking go. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's fucking get him. No, we need to pull it out now. Yeah. Right? Are we serious about wanting to play finals? Fucking or are they just words? Come on, we have to. If we want to do it, we need to go now. Come on. We need to play our best Blacks footy for 30 minutes to win the game. Yeah. Right, let's go.
Let's go. Stirring stuff there from Dale Bauer, the coach of the University Blacks, and apologies for some of the language that may have filtered through. Hugo Higginbotham.
4 bombs we heard in that one too. Bet you'd be wrapped. But those numbers, they are interesting, aren't they? Getting doubled in the clearances. And here we got Raj.
Yeah, let's go back down to Raj Johnston, who's got the coach of the Blacks, Dale Bauer.
Thanks, guys. Interesting situation, Dale. I guess this last quarter, you're in front 14 points. Is it a bit of a balance of playing with that intent to win but being composed and not blowing it at times?
Oh, I think the game around the contest is we've been a bit deficient in that area, stoppage and contest, and which is sort of what hurt us early last week in the game against Collegians, and we haven't been able to get on top in that area. So Salle have been better with their pressure. They've probably outworked us. So we need to be good at that area, that space, to be able to win the game.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Raj. So the move that I'm interested in, Hugo Higginbotham, before we go around the grounds, Fred Valpede into the midfield.
Yeah, I think they're trying to put a bit of pace on the ball out of there, and he's got some amazing skills too. So I'll be curious to watch that one as well, but I think he'll go quite well in there. But obviously what he was saying is that they're trying to do too much by hand with the ball around the contest, and the more times you handball the ball around, the more chance you have of turning over, which has been happening. And then D'Lo have been exiting those clearances really well. So let's look for Freddie to put a bit of pace on the ball for the Blacks this quarter.
Raj was talking about O'Meara there at his injury report. Looks like O'Meara is making his way to the forward line to start this final term.
Very restricted. I think it's a back issue. He seems to be still rubbing that lower back.
Around the grounds for Partners Wealth Group, Old Brighton, they lead by 43 points over St Bernard's. Old Haileybury are up by 9 points over the University Blues. St Kevin's by 4 points over Collegians. And the Old Zavarians doing it very nicely indeed. 38 points clear of Old Scotch at Toorak Park. But we're here at the University Main, and it's the Blacks with a 14-point advantage over a desperate, resurgent De La Salle, still out for its first win of 2025. The fourth quarter is for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. You're in the hands of Matthew Donald.
Well, it's now or never for University Blacks if they want finals. They've got to win this match. They start with a 14-point lead at the beginning of this final term. Amendola spinning out of trouble. Stolen by Valpede, who on the left boot spears it in towards full foot. Moorfield was there. Got hands to it. Couldn't complete the mark. It's coming out for Grocott.
That's a goal. That's a
goal. Scores! Lightning fast start for the Blacks. And it's Matty Grocott who finds the target for the first time today. The Blacks' leading goal scorer comes up trumps when they needed it most. And it's our 20-point lead in the blink of an eye at this final term. 9-5-59, 5-9-39. 20-point lead to the Blacks. That's the final quarter scoreboard for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Matty Grocott's 27th goal of the season. And Hugo Higginbotham for hit IQ.
Well, I can see every Blacks coach claiming that move of Freddie Valpede into the middle, because they first clearance, straight down and a goal. So that was amazing. You can just see the speed he has coming out of there.
So the University Blacks, in the blink of an eye, 20-point leaders once more. Let's see what D-La have to respond with. Amendola wades his way through the centre circle, gave it to Williams, deep inside 50, reaching his Healy. He was held by Clay. He held Clay.
All right, okay.
A bit of fullback, full forward lotto. Billy Clay won't mind. Takes the free kick from the last line for the Blacks and goes broadcast side. St Clair from 3 deep will fly. No, couldn't bring it down. Taken by Miller. Quickly to Filipovic. His handball missed Williams. Valpede flashes through. Then he was brought down by Filipovic. Umpire called play on. Filipovic goes again. He's got Stewart. Williams dived on that footy. Got it loose. Stewart goes again. Keeps it low inside 50. O'Meara takes the mark. 40 metres out from goal. Left half forward. 45-degree angle. So he's going to line up Ryan O'Meara for a chance at his first of the afternoon. He's sore, we know that.
He's very sore. He could barely even bend down and pick the ball up then.
He's got to kick it 40 metres max, so he's second, rather. Or Ryan. Needs to kick this, you'd think, to keep D-Lar close. To cut it back to a 14-point lead. Ryan O'Meara stabs at it and stabs it through. 2 goals in 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. 1 to the Blacks, 1 to D-Lar. We're back to a 14-point advantage. 9-5-59 the University Blacks. 6-9-45 D-Lar Salle. The fourth quarter scoreboard for Bendigo Bank Private Banking, a platinum sponsor and long-time supporter of the University Blacks, coming up on 17 years of support. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ.
That was on the back of some very solid work from Rob Amendola in the contest there, and an excellent execution by Josh Stewart, who is a under-19s kid as well. So they're providing a fair bit for D-Lar today.
Both rucks got a tap to it there, and it's walked away here by Loftus, who spears it inside 50. Oh, great spoil there by Cross at the last. It's denied a certain mark inside 50. Then Doherty with a hand pass. Intercepted here by Gray. Tucked up against the boundary line. What does he do? His kick was smothered. Well done by Fisher, who's now on hands and knees. Looks to get the hand pass out towards the boundary line. There appeals for insufficient intent, but Kane Rossiter was there. And the umpire said, no, we'll toss it back into the field in play instead. And this will all happen at left half forward for the Blacks.
They're controversial, those decisions, aren't they? They're an opinion-based one, I think.
Yes.
It's a very, very hard one to ascertain yes or no.
They can be reasonably divisive. Here's Valpede, got the hand pass from Rana, screws it around the body inside 50. Moorfield and Fisher were both there, and then Fisher gets it out towards Dean Johns, and his kick just fortuitously lands in the lap of Stanton, who marks it half back. That one could have gone anywhere, but it's worked for D-Lar.
There were 3 Blacks players either side of Stanton. It just fell
over anyway.
Right in his lap. He's given away though to Rana, Matty.
Yeah, he's opposite number, the number 17, and Angus Rana. He's been good today in the ruck. It's been a good battle between those two. So Rana just hoists it back inside 50 into the pocket. St Clair was there, got hands to it.
He's paid the mark there.
Did he pay the mark or has he paid under the full?
I think it was the mark. I reckon he punched that and then took it as it came down.
Lingberg, yeah, I think he did.
It was a great effort then by Lingberg. Kick not so good, although no mark has been taken, and they'll get a stoppage here outside of defensive 50, D-Lar, so not the end of the world.
So 4.5 minutes down in this final term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Ball thrown in the air at left half forward for the University Blacks. Will get a free kick out of the ruck going the way of Angus Rana. He's got Clark leaking alongside him. Wants the footy. Rana's going to take it himself. Kicks it inside 50. Loftus is in the hole. Miller makes him earn it. Punches it clear. Skip past Inter on the bounce. Taken here by the Blacks. On the outside, Chalkley finds Moorfield at right half forward. He's got eyes darting inside 50. Grocott to the pocket. Sinclair behind him. Oh, they got in each other's way a little bit. Lingberg took it out of bounds, surely. And the umpire from a boundary umpire from a long way away called it. So it will be thrown in right forward pocket for the University Blacks.
I think Sinclair just lost sight of where the footy was there.
Yeah, it was Grocott coming back with the flight and then Sinclair coming up to it.
But that was just a communication thing. Sinclair should have called himself in for that, or either called Grocott in, so they had a decisive go at it rather than just that hand in the air that caused trouble.
So a chance maybe from the stoppage. Moorfield into the ruck. Darkus is sprinting around behind the contest. Oliver tries to get through. Amendola makes sure he's going nowhere. It'll be thrown up 35 metres out from the University Blacks goal, Matty.
So they've had the territory in this final term of the Blacks. 1 goal apiece, though. This hand pass has come out to Valpede, who was quick to get it to Cassidy, who's going to loop it back towards Moorfield, who was caught. Umpire Wade play on. Another hand pass out there from Darkus. Kick's been smothered. Still all in dispute here. Valpede's running around there. Appeals for a high. The umpires play on and eventually called for a stoppage.
I think blindsided there.
They've certainly were. They certainly were.
Wrong side of the contest.
So scrappy footy in this opening 6 minutes of this final term. There's a lot on the line for the Uni Blacks. It's coming out of Cassidy, who gets away. Goes with the outside of the right boot! Oh, it's cooked away at the last. It looked on track for a while and drifted late. Minus score. 9-6 plays 6-9. It's a 15-point lead. 6.5 gone in the final term for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. And Paddy Grindlay is with myself, Matthew Donald.
You usually see a bit of reverse swing sometimes at University Main in cricket season. Not quite with the football. That one swung both ways from off the boot of Cassidy as Aleo takes an intercepting mark. Far side of the Uni Main. Dying sunshine here in Parkville. Not a cloud in the sky, though. It's been a beautiful day for footy. Inside 50 goes Aleo. St Clair waited for it at the back. Still might pick it up along the boundary line. He's got Doherty and Fisher. And Fisher just throws him out of bounds.
Yet again, he hits the ground there, St Clair. Oh, boy.
He's earned his visit to the Clyde Hotel tonight, Tommy St Clair. Well, about 6 ice packs on, I think. Very sore indeed. Thrown back in. 25 metres out from the Blacks' goal. They've dominated territory these last 5 or 6 minutes. Williams couldn't pick up a slippery footy. Clark grabbed him and pushed him in the back. So a free kick going the way of Jake Williams. In the right back pocket for D-Lar. It's a 15-point ball game. 9-6-60 play, 6-9-45. We're 7.5 minutes down in this final term thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking.
So Williams goes the kick out towards the back flank. Umpire wave play on. The hand pass has been intercepted there by Doherty, who just throws it on the right boot up towards the wing. Back in with a big fly. And another great mark from away wagging.
Yeah.
The chief interceptor.
He certainly is.
To Chalkley. Not going to put any tag on that mark. It was just a good mark. He goes back to Macking. That's elementary for him, an uncontested mark. Drives it up the line towards half forward. Rana and was in front position, knocked away by Stanton. The hand pass comes to Rana, who kicks inside 50. Darkus was worried out of it by Stewart, who did well. And then the hand pass comes out for Doherty, who's tracking close to the line. Williams, his hand pass is intercepted by Leo and out of play for a boundary throw in. And Hugo Higginbotham, we've talked about D-Lar being down on the bench.
Yes.
Having to do all this defending will snap further energy from D-Lar in this final term.
It certainly will, because you're chasing the whole time and it's very physical and you just don't get that break, so they'll have to rotate on the ground.
Shallow throw in, taken out of the air by Stanton, who got it to Amendola. His handball was impeded. Back to Stanton. It's okay for D-Lar. Williams has got it. He makes good decisions. Goes inside to Damashki, who takes it on the bounce. One more handball over the top. Cross wades his way through a tackle of Chalkley. And D-Lar through the middle of the Uni main. Doherty to Brooker. Big fist Macking. Gained about 10 metres. Knocked it to the advantage there of Robertson, who was decked. Might have been Doherty again, who had to really earn his keep there. Or Damashki, as Robertson came charging through. Ball up the call by the umpire. Half forward for D-Lar. Stanton pushes Rana out of the way. Inch and kick forward. Damashki tumbles it inside 50. A pair of one-on-ones deep out in front of goal. Oh, nearly. O'Meara had a chance. Now he's battling with McKenzie. Sam McKenzie would do well to get this over the white line, and for a throw-in for the University Blacks, he does. Right forward pocket for D-Lar. 60 playing 45. Tell you what, away Macking, season high 13 disposals this year against the Old Zavarians back in round 11. I reckon he's had a fair few more than that today. He's been super.
He'd be nearly double figures in intercept marks.
So Rana and Brooker, this will favour Rana as it doesn't make the two rucks. It's another shallow throw in. Williams leapt in the air. He got tackled off his kick by Cassidy. The umpire waved them to play, and Valpede will bail out the Blacks.
He does with a wobbly kick out towards the wing. Bit of space here for Miller, who gets around one and around two. Gives it, and he's going to get it back here from Amendola. No, he's not. Great tackle. The umpire waved play on. Come out now to Miller. Strong tackle. You're right there, Hugo. The umpire allowing play to go on. And then forward with the tackle locks things up, and it's a ball up at centre-half forward for D-Lar Salle.
Rob Amendola had to give that first option there, and they were away. He just tried to do a little bit too much and was probably lucky not to get done for holding the ball, because the bloke slapped it out of his hand.
He's been prepared to take on the tackle a fair bit in this last term, Amendola. Aleo with the tackle there, and Filipovic. Just keeping an eye on Macbeth as well, who hasn't been signed in this last quarter, but is just hanging off the stoppage here, spending a bit more time forward in this final stanza. Rana with the tap down. Here's Miller. Oh, his kick was smothered. It's bounced out now. Williams was in there. And then a clearing kick for Uni Blacks. Gets up the ground. Lands fortuitously in the hands of Grocott. He's got men out the back here. Moorfield's got separation on. Fisher, he marks. He plays on. And he dribbles it home. What a breakaway goal from the Blacks. From one end to the other in the blink of an eye. And it's finished off by the skipper, Campbell Moorfield. And he's got 3. And the margin's back out to 19 points here on the Bendigo Bank Private Banking scoreboard. 10-6-66 Uni Blacks. And D-Lar Salle 6-9-45, 11.5 gone in this final term.
For hit IQ, that's a season high 3 goals for Campbell Moorfield. He's loving life as a forward, Hugo Higginbotham.
Yes, well, it seems to be working quite well down there. What he does is he takes the best defender as well. So to kick 3 on, Sean Fisher, who's one of the best in the competition, who's been wrestling for a long time, that's good. And it's starting to click for him down there.
So back to 21 points, the University Blacks lead. D-La running out of time. Haven't led this game all day long. Loftus from the middle of the ground in handball bursts through the hands of Rana. Valpede imposes himself. Rana kicks it back inside 50. St Clair held off the contest. Fisher comes up at it. Moorfield's out in the goal square. They need to be careful here, D-La. They're not. Dean Johns couldn't pick it up. Palmer back inside. Mithun!
What a goal! What a goal!
And that's a bit of a backbreaker. 11-6-72, the University Blacks. 6-9-45, D-La Salle. 27 points is now the advantage. It's a game-high lead for the Blacks, who look at the moment, Hugo Higginbotham, for hit IQ to have staved off a stern challenge from D-La.
Yeah, they have. They've started to flex their muscle a little bit. A couple of good moves. Valpede in the middle has been very good. He's been in the middle of every contested ball and just using his speed, but they've been able to defend really well around the ground, and they've started the forward line working really well. They're kicking, kicked accurately too, which always helps. 11-6, that's very good from your forwards.
Vital brace from Will Mithun on debut. But it's going to be Amendola who gets it away to Ida, who just about got the hand pass away out towards half forward. Now Ford trying to come out and meet it. He's taken a good tackle there by Cassidy. The ball not clear. Still at half forward here for D-La Salle. And now the umpire should lock it up. Spoke with Dale Bauer. And now he's been keen to get Will Mithun in the team. He's had a lot of injury issues this year as well. We see exactly now why he's been so keen to get him in the side. He's played a crucial role up forward today. Free kicking advantage taken. The 1-2 there from Ernest, who kicks it up towards half forward. And then here he is again, Mithun on cue.
What a kick.
What a pass
What a
inside
kick.
50. Excellent in front of goal, and his field kicking is every bit that too. So he's kicked to Will Mithun, and he's every chance of setting up another one here in this final term. Matt Grocott this time, who himself has got a goal in this final term too. He can add to his tally here with a brace also.
Just telling him winning that clearance there before. So he win the clearance, kick to advantage, and excellent skills by Mithun there. He's been a very good inclusion, hasn't he, Matty? I think you're getting around him a bit.
He's very good. He's been terrific today. Grocott coming in
now.
Lovely
kick.
That kick is going to push it close to the line.
That's a goal.
But I reckon he's just got it. He has. Matty Grocott with his second. And if the last goal from Will Mithun wasn't the backbreaker, you'd think that one from Matt Grocott certainly is his second. It's now a 33-point advantage to Uni Blacks. It feels harsh on D-La Salle, but the hosts have made the most of their opportunities. 12-6-78 to 6-9-45. That's on the final quarter scoreboard for Bendigo Bank Private Banking. And our special comments for Hit IQ, here's Hugo Higginbotham.
So just an excellent clearance and then release to advantage, move the ball forward fast. But that kick by Mithun, that was a just pinpoint perfection for the young lad. So very, very good.
So now the story for the Blacks with a 33-point lead is how far can they extend this margin, because percentage very important when it comes to the finals race in William Buck Premier. More on that in a moment. So we're back underway in the centre. The ball through contest makes its way to the far side wing where Jack Cassidy is a tackling machine. He's holding this ball up beneath him. Around the grounds for Partners Wealth Group as the umpire waits to throw this one in the air. We've got two very close games. St Kevin's and Collegians. It's currently the Scobbers by 2 points. And Old Haileybury and the University Blues. That game is a 7-point game. The Bloods in front. We'll be taking you through the finishes to all the games in William Buck Premier as this ball is forced forward for D-La. Macking holds front position. He's taken to the deck rather strongly. And the ball will be thrown in the air, attacking side of the wing here for D-La.
Been very good, Mackie. He's been consistent the 4 quarters for the Blacks. It's going to be an interesting conversation for the Skins player of the day, boys.
Amendola pulled off the footy by Ernest. You're not wrong, Hugo Higginbotham. You could throw a blanket over a couple of them, I reckon. Ernest handball's loose. Filipovic picks it off, though, for D-La and through Doherty and Amendola. They'll force it to the outside. Rossiter, the debutant, puts that one in the air, and Ida does well to bring it down for D-La. Outer side wing, bathed in sunshine here. It's still a 33-point lead for the University Blacks.
I reckon there's even a few D-La players who could make a genuine case for being player of the match today. That kick's gone over the head of everyone and intercepted by McKenzie on the half-back flank. He's going to go short to Robertson at full-back. He's got Oliver. It's he goes spear and pass in the centre of the ground. Great trap by Mithun, hasn't he? Had a good game today. And then he straightens on the right boot up towards half forward. Target there was Oliver, gone away from him, or Sinclair rather.
Oh,
here
it is.
Inside 50. It's a goal. Well, it does. A mark on the line. And then Moorfield plays on. And he's got 4. So he's gone wide past this season best, Campbell Moorfield. Played a big hand up forward today for the Blacks.
Been the story of the day, hasn't it? Backing down back and Moorfield up forward for the Blacks. They've been consistent 4-quarter performers.
I can say this now because we were having a chat with him pre-game, Hugo, and he was saying, I always feel like I'm a bit of a decoy. He's kicked 4 goals.
He's not a bad decoy.
Decoy suits him all right.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the percentage question now. So they come into this game, the Blacks, with a percentage of 87.7, which is by far the worst percentage of the top 6 teams in top flight. So they really need to start improving that. If a finals race is to come down to percentage, they'd probably lose out. So they need to keep going here. 39 points up on D-Lar, who are short-handed on the bench. Looks like just the 2 rotations, Damashki and Amendola off the ground at the moment, so they need to make the most of it. In what's been a closer game than the scoreboard suggests. Inamistis Soccer inside 50 will be forced to lay a tackle, and the umpire comes in to throw the ball in the air. They've kicked the 5 goals this quarter in 17 minutes. The Blacks to really open it up and take the whip hand. They'll be winners tonight. They'll force it past halfway. Big spoil by Cross on Mithun. Did well to pick up the footy. The handball was a little bit dangerous in nature. Filipovic did well. Got it to Ida in the centre of the University main. That's a mung kick in truth. Straight to the chest of O'Meara, though, fortuitously. Inside 50, nice ball to Healy, who finds a pocket of space. Luke Healy has a chance to open his scoring account today. Presented well. 2 goals for Ryan O'Meara, but none for the big number 19 for D-Lar, who is going to be quick about things. He's 25 metres out, 45-degree angle to right half forward. He's a left footer, so it should suit him just fine. He's drifted, though, that kick across the face and through for another minor score for D-Lar, 6-10-46. Trailing the University Blacks, 13-6-84, 19 minutes gone. In the final term, Matthew Donald, thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking.
Chalkley's going to chip it short to McKenzie on the back flank. Going to take his time. Call to go now by the umpire. So he drives it long up the line. Runner and Stanton were there at the front of the ball, but it's coming out near for the Blacks. And then Darkus is in a bit of space. He's going to go long inside 50. Sinclair, well, he's caught the attention all day. Now he's decided he's going to dish out some of his own. And he had a bit of a coming together with Fisher there, who gets the kick out towards the back flank, looking to switch. Macking so high up the ground, he's going to get a nosebleed in a minute. Haven't seen him this far forward in a long time. He's applying the tackle at half forward here. He's locked things up. Miller was the last one to get up. And the umpire will call for the stoppage now, and making his way back into defence. And Miller still doing stretches here, trying to get up. Now he is. And
just briefly, Matty, Old Haileybury 68, University Blues 67 in South Caulfield.
Oh, hitter. I did say something about Uni Blues on the For the Love of the Game podcast. I can't quite remember what I said exactly. Ross it up. Now, he might have been taken higher there. Umpire said no. I'll have to get up the tape and find out exactly what I said about Uni Blues, Paddy, but that's okay. We can do that in time.
64, St Kevin's leading Collegian 62 at the TH King. So
both very important
games of football.
Both ends of the table as well. Fisher and Moorfield doing the ruck. Darkus was there, was dispossessed. Come out now to Williams, who hasn't stopped trying today. And now a snap towards goal there from Clark, I think that might have been, and it was just wide across the face. Minor score. 13-7-85 is really blowing out this margin now. 6-10-46 on the Bendigo Bank Private Banking scoreboard. We're into time on now in this final term. A 39-point lead for the Blacks.
Thank you, Matty. Fisher from the last line, been manful all day. Drives this kick as far as he possibly can down the far side wing. Skips the pack, and Aleo should be first to it. Biscacci lays the tackle. Here goes Macbeth. He's gone for a run. Jeez, Oliver's done well to bring him down as he bounced the footy.
He's holding the ball.
I think Kevin Bartlett was the last player to get away with doing that.
Yeah.
Can't answer why you're being tackled.
Do you reckon he'd know who Kevin Bartlett is? The young fella?
Let's not ask that question because you'll upset yourself.
He's got a hairstyle from the 80s, so every chance.
It's a wonderful rundown tackle by Ben Oliver because Macbeth was off and running and there was no one ahead of him. And he just got to him in time. Shades of Morris Rioli from a couple of weeks ago, though not from quite as far as back, as Doherty takes the footy, far side wing. What's O'Meara deep, who had to play from behind and spoil Clay. Still they go, D-Lar Salle. Oh, this time Macbeth turns to tackle Oliver in the 360.
Good on
Gets some revenge. Ethan Macbeth in the forward pocket.
He's done well. He's got the square up. He said, well, you get me, I'll get you.
He missed the body tackle, so he thought, I'll just grab Oliver by the hand and swing him around, and it worked.
Yes. Oh, I thought he was going to go around the corner here.
He's going to have a go.
So Macbeth in his third senior game. His second senior game of 2025. He's in the right forward pocket, 40 metres out from goal. It's a tough kick.
Colin Shaky.
For the number 92 for De Salle. He's kicked it high. It looks to be across the face. Big leap for Scacchi. It was over the line, though. And through for a minor score. He doesn't know it yet, does Brett Piscacci, but throws it back
he was hoping.
to Robertson. Another minor score for De 47 plays, 85 at the Uni main.
So Robertson walks out of the defensive goal square and then goes with a kick down the line to a 1-on-2. They've done pretty nicely here. As Grocott beat the two in the air, then roved his own crumb over to Moorfield. Now Robertson kept on running. Drives a kick up towards half forward. The 221's going at it. The taller Dean Johns up against Mithun. Mithun did well to halve the contest. But D-La worked it away from the stoppage a few metres. They've still got possession of the football here, although this is all under a lot of pressure now. Stewart accelerates away from the contest, goes with a kick up towards the centre of the ground. Macking somehow got the footy in the end, only for a bit, and then a good tackle locks things up here in the centre of the ground. It's O'Meara who has locked it up, and it will be a stoppage, Paddy.
For Partners Wealth Group, Old Haileybury 68, the University Blues 68.
Not another one. Not another one.
2 draws on the season for the Blues.
Oh, well, we're going for the hat-trick. We nearly had 3 in a row when we were here at this ground a couple of weeks ago. Old Brighton had to go and ruin our fun with that one. Aleo caught in a strong tackle there by his opposite number in Damashki. And he's going to get the free kick, or the former. And he'll waste no time switching it to Valpede. And Damashki's in a bit of trouble, still down on the ground there.
Half again.
Valpede with a couple of bounces to Clark. Another one over the top to Rouse. This time he goes with a kick inside, attacking 50, looking for Sinclair, finding Grocott. Dean Johns spun out of trouble nicely.
Nice kick.
And then he's kicked it up towards Ida, who dives low to take the mark on the back flank.
So Ida through right half back, far side of the University Oval. Just pops it over the top. Next in the chain is Healy, who kicked it to the man of the mark, McKenzie, and now Rouse the other way for the Blacks. Puts it into the pocket. Who's his target? It was Moorfield out the back. He's too far away for a fifth. Is big Campbell Moorfield, and Lingberg takes it over the line and will be thrown in left forward pocket.
Paddy, Uni Blues in front.
Oh boy.
74-68.
20 or nearly 22 gone in the final term over there.
65-62 St Kevin's leading Collegians as well. They're the two really close ones as Fisher fists the ball loose from the throw-in. Pushed out wide towards Ida, who soccers that one out of play, and he will be pinged for insufficient intent.
And another goal update at TH King. St Kevin's now out by 9.
Oh boy. 24 and a half gone. So
if the Blues get up.
If the Blues were to get up, we would have Old Haileybury in 4th, level on points with the Blacks. It's kicked high towards the hot spot. Moorfield again played from behind, went with the left fist rather than the marking attempt. I've got to try and get him 5 here, Campbell Moorfield. Here's Mithun. Handball was a bit hot. Dow maybe legged Damashki, who takes the footy, kicks it to Ben Oliver. Directly to Ben Oliver, beneath the scoreboard at left half forward. He'll go back for a chance to make it a 44-point University Blacks lead, Hugo Higginbotham.
And if the Blues get up, that'll put Collegians down into 9th, and the Blues will get out of the relegation zone.
It's all live. Old Brighton are doing it easily over St Bernard's as things stands, 125-59 as Ben Oliver approaches from left half forward, 40 metres out beneath the scoreboard, sits it up high. That's a good kick. That's a really good kick. And it's party time now for the University Blacks. 14-7-91, D-La 6-11-47. A 44-point advantage from the University Blacks. Oliver, he joins a growing list of goal kickers. We're up to 9 now for the Blacks, led by Moorfield with 3, Mithun with 2, and Grocott also with 2. Actually, I think Moorfield might have 4. I reckon my sheet's out of date because he's been kicking them so quickly.
He's definitely got 4.
91 plays 47.
You got that Joe the Goose out the back.
Correct. They don't count.
It doesn't matter how you get them.
And another goal at TH King. St Kevin's now out to a 15-point lead, 25 gone in the last term. Uni Blues still holding a 6-point advantage over Old Haileybury, approaching the 24-minute mark in the final term. So looks like one of those results you think is safe. We think the Scobblers should hold on, but there's still all to play for between the Bloods and the Blues as we're back underway here at University Oval. Grocott tapped it to his own advantage, then ran into his own teammate, and he's been penalised for holding the ball. Good tackle by Dean Johns.
Thanks to the teammate there too for holding him up.
Nice little assist.
Yes.
Short to Williams, who hasn't stopped trying today, Jake Williams. He's been one of the best on the ground. He's got to go on the right, on the left, on the right again, and spears a kick up towards half forward. It's eluded. Now Versace, you got a little shove for his troubles against Chalkley for what it's worth, and it's gone out of play for a boundary throw-in.
For Skins, the pioneers of compression, our Skins Player of the Day wins themselves a pair of cutting-edge Skins compression tights. Hugo Higginbotham nominees?
Campbell Moorfield's been good, or Macking's been good, Freddie Valpede's been good.
I'll get back to you on that one.
It's come out now to Stewart, who got the hand pass from Filipovic, who goes deep towards full forward over the head of McKenzie. Healy's down there, Versace trying to hack it towards goal. It was intercepted though by Chalkley, who read it well, who kicks to Macbeth.
He's been good too.
Probably shouldn't have done that. And Shakey's now got it at half forward, and he's on a similar position, but he's given the hand pass off. Flying shot at goal there by Rossiter, and it's gone wide.
No, that was a Rossiter. He can't kick that
that
far.
wasn't Rossiter. That was Miller, was it? He's on the opposite flank.
That's a fourth shot at goal for Max Miller today. Yeah. So for your wingman to have 4 shots at goal, I think you'd be pretty happy with that. We've just got to tidy up the finishing a little bit.
So you'd be happy if he kicked him.
He won't be in the best, but his discipline and holding his width on the wing's been really impressive today, Max Miller.
He has.
So
he's
been good.
Rouse down this broadcast wing. Lingberg chops it off. I think it's about 8 players that you've thrown up for Player of the Day. Hugo, I'm going to keep you honest on that one. Lingberg's going to dump it back inside 50 for Delar. Maybe a 7th goal of the game coming up. Top of the square.
Oh, what a mark! What a mark!
This young man, Biscacci's had a good few minutes. He's pulled that one down 12 metres out from goal. A mark of the day contender for the Clyde Hotel. And I think we needed one because we were intent on not necessarily just giving it to away marking by committee. So Brett Biscacci, from directly in front, just about 12 metres out from goal, has a chance for his 2nd senior goal. Wasting no time. Right-footed approach, pretty methodical, and pops it right over the goal umpire's hat. So 7-12-54 Delar, 14-7-91. The University Blacks 28.5 gone in this final term. Thanks to Bendigo Bank Private Banking. Hugo Higginbotham, your Skins Player of the Day, please.
Boy, do I get this one. No, I'm going to give it to Campbell Moorfield for the day because that's a good captain's game. Kicked 4 and he was consistent throughout the day. So I think he's, the score has blown out. But don't forget in the 3rd quarter we were down to single digits. So it could have gone either way this game, but he's been excellent, I think, today.
Well, I was going to say, Paddy, we had a handy point alert. Uni Blues have stretched it out to 7 points for the point, but they've just kicked another goal, so they're up by 13. St Kevin's still lead Collegians by 9, so Collegians have got a goal back.
Out of the square infringement, is that? It is.
It's going to be, you don't see that very often at all, and it's going to be Filipovic who takes the kick, spears a pass up towards half forward. Now the hand pass comes into Miller. Is he going to go for goal this time? Can he kick it this time? No, he's decided he's going to pass it. McKenzie in front, got hands to it. No mark. Macking roved it well. Doing well there was a layer to hand pass it while in the air. So very good coordination there, but hasn't actually amounted to anything because it's gone out of play for a boundary throw-in.
Just a reminder to everyone listening to our call that once this one is over, you can head over and watch the finish of the Old Zavs Old Scotch game as St Kevin's just 3 points the lead now over Collegiate, 77 plays 74.
Toss back in, Brooker front spot. I said that one was over, didn't I? Me and my big mouth.
Oh,
coming out of it up.
That'll get back.
Well, I think they call that dark clouding in the racing. Wrong cough button. You go.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just trying to shut you up. You've
had enough.
Dig up, Matthew. Dig up.
Don't want me to declare any more results. Understandable. McKenzie going short to Palmer, who just marked it in time. It was closing. And he goes up the line, flirting with the boundary line, but that's all right. And here's Mithen again. He's on the right boot, up towards half forward. Lingberg did well, got hands to it. Sinclair worried him out of it. And scored over the boundary line for a throw in.
I think Tom Sinclair was just approaching another collision with Sean Fisher. And I think it passed the ball. The parlance, I'd say he made a business decision.
Yeah, he's had enough.
He saw enough. Tom Sinclair is Rana wins the hit out. Filipovic went without the footy, so Palmer will get it from Valpede. Moorfield again! No! Spoiled loose. He had a chance at 5. Lingberg takes the spillage. Macbeth on the outside. Dean Johns should track it. Far wing side, it took a cruel bounce, and Grocott will tap it backwards. It bounces away from Dow. And it's a 37-point University Blacks win, 14-7-91. 7-12-54. So the Blacks, they were made to fight real hard for it across 3 quarters and a bit of pretty tough, exciting football. but they raced to the finish. They kicked 5 of the last 6 goals of the game to run out 37-point winners at the University Main Oval to continue their chase of a finals playing position in 2025. 14-7-91 the Blacks, 7-12-54 De La Salle. The goal kickers, Campbell Moorfield, our skins player of the game, kicked 4, Mithen and Grocott 2 apiece, Dow, Valpede, Oliver, Palmer, Chalkley and Gray, the single goal kickers. De La Salle, Ryan O'Meara with the couple, and singles for Biscacci, Amendola, Macbeth, Brooker and Paddy Bowen, who of course exited the game early with an injury to his left hamstring. We'll hear from University Black skipper Campbell Moorfield in just a few moments' time, where he pops on a headset and has a chat to Raj Johnston as our skins player of the day after his 4-goal performance, a season best tally for the big man for the University Blacks, who pulled on a big V jumper a few weeks ago and played at full-back, and he's doing his best work now at full forward in a black and blue jumper. Hugo Higginbotham for Hit IQ. Plenty to take away, I think, for De La Salle across 3 quarters. 2 men on the bench doesn't help.
Yeah, no, it was a good performance up until 3-quarter time. They were just outclassed in the last quarter. It might have been a bit of a cattle issue. Some sore players out there, but their good was really good, De La. They moved the ball really well. It's coming. You know, you've got 5 players out there that have played collectively less than 20 games of footy, so there's an experience issue there. But, you know, Uni Blacks, interesting talk by Dale Bauer at 3-quarter time, how far down they were with the numbers in that quarter, but then for it to click in the last quarter, and, you know, they've got a very valuable percentage boosting win today, because that's going to be very interesting. I know Matty's watching closely the other games.
Yeah, we'll be unpacking the Around the Grounds for Partners Wealth Group over the next 15 minutes or so. But for now, let's head down to Raj Johnston. He's got our skins player of the day, Campbell Moorfield, the skipper of the University Blacks.
Thank you, Paddy. That's right. Campbell Moorfield is our skins player of the game. Congratulations, Campbell. Great individual effort from yourself. 4 goals. You were integral up forward. Talk us through the game. How did you see it?
Thank you, mate. Tough game early. They were very good, particularly around the ball. We struggled to get it going forward out of the middle. And I was lucky enough to get on the end of a couple late. I'm not sure that I particularly deserve it. A lot of the boys doing a lot of the hard yards up forward. I was just able to get on the end of a couple.
Campbell, congratulations on the win and on the performance today, mate. That's a season best 4-goal tally for you. You were telling us pre-game that you were being used as a decoy full forward. I don't know what you were on about. They were looking for you every time.
Oh, mate, it took me 10 weeks to find my straps up forward. So I don't know if that makes me a natural forward or not. But, yeah, definitely nice to get on the end of a couple today. Yeah, a lot better than playing decoy, that's for sure.
Before we get into some footy chat, how much are you expecting to be fined for doing Media Street after the game?
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for this. I thought that I could probably deserved a few years ago. So, yeah, this is nice to get the first one up forward.
Mate, your team's going beautifully, but across that 3rd quarter and late in that 2nd, you were really challenged by a resurgent D-Lar group. How'd you sort of maintain your composure, especially down back?
Yeah, it was tough early. They were really good at linking up with the footy, and were able to find the forwards up for, like, hitting up at them. And we were just slowly able to get our ascendancy going through the middle of the ball, and that was able to give us a couple of good looks up forward.
I think your teammates are pretty keen to get in the rooms and sing the song, mate, so we'll let you go. Congratulations on the win.
Beautiful, thanks, guys.
Campbell Moorfield, the skipper of the University Blacks, there, fresh off a 4-goal performance, and he's about to get thoroughly rinsed by his teammates as they make their way off the University Main. We'll be following in the victorious Blacks to their rooms, and we might hear a bit of the song as well beneath the pavilion here. So, class operator, Campbell Moorfield, isn't he? Hugo Higginbotham and Matthew Donald. He's been fighting, it must be said, in a team that's been trying to avoid relegation for a few years now, and it's a nice reward to see him playing in this team now that's competing for a finals appearance, but also kicking some goals.
Yeah, no, it's very good. And that was, look, he's talked himself down a little bit. I thought his game was excellent today. Well, particularly because I gave him the Skins Award. But no, it was a real captain's game, and he led from it was a 4-quarter performance. So that was very good by him. And it's, you know, it's a year's a long time in footy because they are fighting for a final spot rather than relegation, like you said, and it's exciting. It's exciting for the club as well. Yeah,
we'll get into all the results as they break. Matthew Donald's keeping us across that. But here at the University Main, 14-7-91, the University Blacks to 7-12-54, De La Salle. It was the Blacks. They led from wire to wire. It was a lot more complicated than that. But by 18 points at the first quarter break, by 22 points at half-time, back by 14 points at 3-quarter time, and then ultimately holding on to a 37-point victory in the fullness of time. Their song isn't too far away. Raj Johnston's followed the Blacks into their rooms, and we'll tune in now to hear the Blacks celebrate their 37-point victory over De La Salle. Great to hear the University Blacks celebrate their win with one of the more rhythmically confusing team songs I've ever heard, Hugo Higginbotham. There's some rare ones across the amateurs. That one might take the cake.
It was bizarre.
I don't know what was going on there.
It's not illegible, actually.
A few key changes. I'm not quite sure what the time signature was. I'll let others try and figure that one out who are more musically inclined.
4x4?
I don't think so.
How hard would that be to learn? It still sounds like there was a lot of mumbling going on there.
Probably the Gold Coast Suns' first win territory where someone's job is to hold up the board. So 8-6 now, the University Blacks. Let's straighten this one up. They've boosted their percentage to 91.95. So let's call that an even 92. So looking a fair bit healthier as we go back around the grounds. Matthew Donald, you've been poring over Play HQ for the last couple of minutes. So for Partners Wealth Group, I'll ask you to take it away.
Yep, so we'll work our way up, Paddy, in terms of the results, because there were a couple of really interesting ones at the end that we had tabs on. The first one, Old Brighton, 71-point victory over St Bernard's. Pretty competitive first half, but the latter, or second place rather, kicking away 28-138 to 9-13-67 there. The current game that's going on at the moment, the latest start, one it started at 2:20. Old Zabs currently 14-9-93 over Old Scotch 6-8-44. We are 9 minutes into the final quarter in that one. In fact, the Zabs have just kicked another point, so they're now 50 points ahead.
And you can watch that one on VAFA TV as well if you're so inclined. So just have some moving pictures over from Toorak Park while you listen to us break it down for you here, Matty.
Yep. Full time at TH King Oval, St Kevin's by 4 points. They held on just. It took until 23 minutes in the final term for a goal to be scored between either of these two sides. And then we got 4 goals in the space of 5 minutes. So it was a pretty hectic finish, but St Kevin's consolidating their spot in the top 4. 11-12-78 to Collegians, 11-8-74. Still getting confirmation that this is the full-time score, but I suspect that it is. The clock has stopped, that we've not had a score for 5 or 6 minutes. Full-time between Old Haileybury and University Blues. How is this for a turn-up for the books? University Blues with a 12-point win. They leapfrog Collegians out of the relegation zone, 11-15-81 to 10-9-69. So that is a bitter blow for Old Haileybury in terms of trying to climb over St Kevin's in the ladder and hold on to that equal third spot. But for the Uni Blues, they're out of the bottom 2 now. We said early, Paddy, that they early in the week on For Love of the Game, they needed to find a win out of something, and this is the one. They've got it today, Hugo.
Amazing. That's great for them because they've been so close so many times. Look, there's still a lot of the season to go, but that's a huge win over the Haileybury too. What's going on there?
So they
had the form last week, this week. Makes next week's game interesting against DLR. Because that's the Prem B Grand Final rematch from last year.
And we were at that game actually early in the season out at South Caulfield, weren't we, Hugo? And it was DLR having a real crack. Yeah. It was by no means an easy day for the Bloods. It was Andreas Stefanakis. I think he kicked 4 goals in a row. That was all that really separated the squads. Yeah. So, geez. I mean, DLR, it's been difficult to try and find, I think, a big week to turn up for the books when you're coming up against some of the best squads in the Ammos and you're thinking, it's going to be a bit of a tough day. But if they can knock the Bloods well and truly out of the 4 next week, the only question I'll have for DLR is the injuries. Yes. So Bowen, we assume that he is probably done for the season. Adrian Indovino told us as much. The suspended skipper of DLR was it Carvelis, who had the ankle issue. Yep. Sasha Damashki didn't look right. Ryan O'Meara didn't look right. But they will get Fraser Cameron, you'd suspect, back from back soreness. Indovino, I think, has another week to serve on his suspension. So we're keeping our eyes across that one. That's going to be a very interesting game of footy. Out there, they like to ring the dairy bell. Matty Donald, we do have a ladder of sorts for Author Sport Victoria to go through.
Yep, so the current as live standings go, it is Old Brighton who are ahead on 48 points, although Old Zavs, if they maintain this 50-point advantage, will overtake them again.
Yeah, so on the live ladder, there'll be something like, I'd say, 10%, maybe 9% clear of Old Brighton.
Yeah, they've got that comfortable percentage advantage as things stand, and that will only... Actually, Old Brighton went up 3%, but yeah, it shouldn't be enough to overtake Old Zavs on percentage, so that will remain the top two. St Kevin's now have a gap in third spot at the moment. Now on 36 points and clear percentage as well. Old Haileybury remain in fourth spot, but the gap is closed because Uni Blacks with the win today have now moved level on points with them. Only percentage separates them. Mind you, it's a significant percentage. It's still about 16% there, 15%. Old Scotch in sixth spot. Not able to progress unless they produce a proper miracle against Old Zabs. St Bernard's remain in seventh spot with 22 points. Collegians and University Blues have now switched spots, as we said, so Uni Blues now going up to 8th on the table. They're half a game clear of Collegians, so while percentage doesn't play much of a factor here, those draws sure do. And then D-La, who were very brave today, we've been really pleased with their efforts over the last couple of weeks, but in 10th spot, still looking for their first win of 2025.
So that probably, we assume that the Zavs will beat Old Scotch. With this win today for the University Blacks, that's probably a pin in the reigning premiers. I'd imagine the Cards will find it very difficult indeed to come back. They're currently 8 points back from the top four, so that's 2 wins that they need to secure, and they only go back to Camberwell Sports Ground once in this run home. We're now joined in the commentary box by the victorious coach of the University Blacks, Dale Bauer. You had to get some fire and brimstone into your three-quarter time address, but it was an improved performance in that fourth quarter to get the job done.
Yeah, I just thought we're a bit off the pace at different stages around the ball, and D-La were fantastic, yeah. So we needed to find something in the last, otherwise we would have come away with 0 points, I reckon.
Yeah, it felt to us that they were scoring more. They were leading you on scoring shots for a while, and their ground ball game and their forward half game especially was giving you a bit of trouble. But when they were pushing really hard, it's always been the case with you guys. Your intercept defenders stood up, your rucks dropping back, your wings dropping back to support. But take us inside that fourth quarter. I was particularly interested in your move of Fred Valpede to the starting midfield. He seemed to give you some real pace around the footy.
Yeah, we just felt like we needed some zip and to get the ball on the outside a bit. And we know he's explosive. And we had Zach Darkus going through there, and he's been away in Greece for 7 weeks. So we thought he did all right.
He did look tan, didn't he?
He did all right, but he's been on the wine and the cheese a little bit. So we thought we'd throw him forward and get Freddie in there and hopefully have an impact. And yeah, he did, which was good. But we just one more stoppage, one more ground ball, and got our hands on the ball more first. Pretty basic.
Zach having a stern talking to with the dietitian during the week. When's that talking to?
He's actually come back in pretty good condition. He trained pretty hard over there, I think. But you can't replace playing games of footy at this level and
match fitness and
touch. And touch. And his touch was okay, but just 7 weeks of not playing is a big jump. So it was a big challenge for him to come in and play senior footy straight away. So he did pretty well.
Young Will Mithen, that was a great game, I thought.
He's exciting, isn't he? Yeah, he didn't get many opportunities early, but when they came, as the game went on, he's got some class, yeah.
You can see the skill, that entry, that was elite. So there's definitely something there.
No, he sort of looked at one and didn't like that one and found a better one inside. Yeah, it was pretty it was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah, so. And
it was a pretty physical game today out there. We noticed a few blokes coming off here and there. How was the injury toll from that?
We came out pretty clean.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so obviously we copped 3 last week. Yeah. But no injuries. Some sore boys, and some boys were carrying, were sore during the week this week. So we sort of had a few coming in a little bit sore, but we just had to man up and play.
Yeah. Just noticed away making come off once, looked a little bit like an ankle or something. Was there anything there?
Was that?
Away?
No. I think he copped a knock on it early, and it was just he was fine.
Yeah. Just another one, Liam O'Neill was laid out. He okay?
Yeah, so he just had a tight hamstring at training. Thought he'd get through. Had done some sort of hot cold treatment and that on Friday. Was still a little bit tight this morning. So we just made the call not to play him because they thought it was a really elevated chance he'd do his hamstring. So we sort of just made the call about 11 o'clock this morning for him not to play, and Ty Palmer came in and did quite well.
Yeah.
So he was a good addition. Yeah.
Sorry, Paddy. One player who did play well today, he was our Skins player of the match, was Campbell Moorfield with 4 goals. Now, we know he's a very good player. He can play well down back and up forward. Just curious the impact that it has on the rest of the team for a leader like him to be so selfless, to just play where you need him at a moment's notice. It must have a real positive impact on the playing group.
Yeah, well, he's helped the team in our ball movement, straighten us up a bit, and always brings it to ground. And, yeah, so he certainly makes us... We work better as a team with him there. It doesn't mean we can't... And it gives us the levers to throw away forward and him back if we want to. And that's sort of what we want to have. So to be able to throw Freddie Valpete in the middle and do those sorts of things and throw guys around a bit when you need a bit of a change. They've got to spend time in those different spots. So now they've got that versatility. It can be handy sometimes.
I'm not sure if you've seen the results from around top flight yet, Dale, but with the Blues beating Old Haileybury on their turf, it now means that you're just percentage outside of the top 4. That's a motivator enough for the back end of the season, but you've got some big games coming up. What's the messaging to your group across the next week or so?
Oh, we've been pretty consistent for the last few weeks that, we want to fight and use these few weeks, to get ourselves into finals and give ourselves that opportunity. But having said that, we need to focus on what's next. Look, you could easily look at the draw and say, we've got St Kevin's next week is a big game. Yeah. But, you take your eye off this game and, we could be sitting here out of the race with the way D-Lar played today, how good they were. You just got to focus on the next opponent. Yeah. But we're sort of asking guys to make sure they look after themselves and, recovery and consistent training loads and things like that to make sure we avoid the soft tissue stuff, because anything that comes now is almost season ending. Yeah, so
obviously with next week, with a huge game for you, so it's realistically 3v4 because you're equal 4th at the moment. What's the preparation going to be like that? What's the focus going to be for that game?
Good question. I haven't thought about it too much about St Kevin's, but we sort of know how they play and we've prepared for them before. So, yeah, they're a very good ball movement team and got some talented forwards. And so we always just try and, obviously we try and be good around the contest, but we try and strangle their ball movement a bit and take away their corridor. They like the corridor. They like to handball receive a bit. So we just try and take that away when we can. But haven't put a lot of thought into it yet.
Because they're a very good last quarter team. I think they've won the most last quarters in the competition. And your last quarter today was excellent. In terms of, because that was, I think we were at a 4-point ball game halfway through the third there, and they sort of owned it.
4,
and then to come away with a percentage boosting win must be encouraging.
Yeah, it was good. We put the foot down when we needed to, but we were just a bit off in, and it said credit to D-Lar, like we were under pressure every time we got the ball around contests. We weren't able to exit clean, and we're probably trying to push that too much and didn't adjust to taking territory enough. But they turned us over a bit, and they every time we got it, we were pressured. They got really good numbers around the ball and beat us to the next contest quite a bit, and they did a lot of things really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing I really like about your squad this year, Dale, is how interchangeable it feels. Like someone like Ackland Evans might be able to come in, or Adderwool into your defensive unit and you switch guys forward. But these last 2 weeks, you've got your second and third highest scores of the season across these last 2 games, and it feels that you've maybe not found that your best mix, but certainly the closest to it I think that you've been all year. Would you agree with that?
It's hard to compare when you play different opposition, and obviously the grounds are starting to dry out a bit. And but yeah, we want to be sort of getting close to that 100-point score, and be able to do that consistently. But probably up against St Kevin's next week, it'll probably be lower scoring, on the smaller ground, and that's how we like it a little bit. So we sort of just, try and take away what they do well and make sure that our pressure and our contest stuff's really strong every week, because that's sort of that's our foundation.
Has John has been practicing his set shots in advance of the St Kevin's game, or we haven't reached that point of the week yet?
No. He's pretty good from there, Joel.
That goal from right half forward to win you the game late. Congratulations on the win today, Dale. Another one in the book for you guys. Can't wait to see what you do through the back end of the season. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time at this ground when you take on the Blues.
Oh, excellent. No worries.
Should be a ripper.
Thanks,
Dale
boys.
Bauer, the
Thank
victorious
you.
coach of the University Blacks, whose team is rattling along very nicely indeed in 2025, and they've got a big few weeks ahead. Fantastic stuff. Raj Johnston will join us once again in the commentary box. Hugo for Hit IQ, Matthew Donald. I think he didn't give too much away there, Dale Bell. A nice straight bat. They've got some important games to come.
Yes, no, he never does. He's very, very good at that, at the answering without answering. It's good. But that game next week, that's going
huge.
to be red hot. I mean, Haileybury only just getting over the line today, but St Kevin's only just getting across the line today. But they have an amazing ability to win last quarters and win games. We've seen it a few times this year, and on their own ground as well, but a lot to play for, and for the Blacks to finish the game off the way they did and so dominant in the last quarter, that's something you can carry on for next week.
Yeah, it felt like it was a maybe 2.5 goal game that's now turned into a 37-point game.
That's
so
6 goals.
That's the difference, I think, between the squad that they were last year and in the opening stages of this year and the squad that they are now. They're going along very nicely. Raj Johnston, it was a busy day for you up and down the benches with a few injury concerns for D-Lar and the University Blacks.
It was. We had to fill for D-Lar, a reduced bench there in the second half, but that's just football sometimes. It's always great on the boundary to get a feel for the supporter groups and how interested they are. A lot of very invested D-Lar supporters who are still looking for that first win, so we don't envy them. But no, it was a great game.
It doesn't feel too far away at all, does it, D-Lo? We've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. They're in games, and then some injuries or some form from their opposition will tend to put paid to the result. So the victors, just a reminder, the winners for this weekend, round 14 of the William Buck Premier Men's season. Old Brighton did it easily by 71 points over St Bernard's. Old Haileybury going down by 12 points to the University Blues at home. St Kevin's holding on to him by 4 points over Collegians. The Old Zabs, 45-point winners ultimately over Old Scotch, 14-11-95 to 7-8-50. And the University Blacks, 37-point winners over D-Lar. Sell, Hugo.
Just one quick one. Raj, what were you doing when the toss happened and you missed it?
Looking at weather forecasts.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse, Hugo. That's going to be my one piece of homework going into next week is attentiveness for the toss.
His charges may be goldfish, but he sure isn't.
Correct.
Speaking of homework, Paddy, it did feel like a bit of a throwback to a high school English class with Matthew Donald's references to Macbeth. And he was on the ball there. I liked those. They kept me entertained during the afternoon.
I did have something down about, is this the football which I see before me, the laces pointed towards my hand, but didn't quite manage to fit it in for Ethan Macbeth. He gave you a few opportunities. Mark of the day is for the Clyde Hotel, the spiritual home pub of the Uni Blacks that has been serving the local community since the 1860s. Go and join the University Blacks boys. I reckon in about 15 minutes' time at the Clyde for your next meal or a function. You can add to the history of a Carlton institution. Gentlemen, I think Brett Biscacci, with the 1 minute late in the game, put paid to that discussion. I'll open it up to the floor.
Yeah, no, I think that was the one I was going through. So we had to wait a while to get it. Special mention, though, to the Blacks' defence as a general, not as a specific mark, but we sort of mentioned it in the later stages of that third term. A number of intercept marks with Way Macking off the ground really kept them in it. So their aerial feats throughout the day were really, really crucial in
there was that
one, in the match.
That really good one, that very brave one going back with the fly. I can't remember who that was.
Might have been Ty Palmer.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was impressed with that. But no, I thought that Biscacci one was very good.
And our goal of the day is for Keezer Training at the University Blacks Physio and Conditioning Partners, helping you to build strength for the long term and prevent recurrence of your pain or injury. You can head to Keezer, that's KIESER.com.au to book your initial appointment. Pretty tricky to pick, I think, today.
There were some beauties today. There was the was Palmer again very early on with the clearance. I love Grocot's goal at the start of the last quarter. And Macbeth did kick a pretty nice one as well.
Booker as well, that little the toe poke
somehow
out of there.
I don't think that one would have survived a score review. But
the best 1 metre goal I've ever seen.
I'm happy to hand that one over.
I think I'll go Matty Grocott along the boundary line in the right forward pocket. Late in the game, they matter for a bit more. And we'll quickly go through the victors in Premier B and Premier C. So first in Premier B, it's Caulfield Grammarians over Old Carey, Old Geelong over Williamstown CYMS, Old Ivanhoe over Old Camberwell, Old Trinity over Old Melburnians, and Fitzroy with a big win over the Hampton Rovers. Just their second win of the Premier B season, the Roys, after going down to B grade after a 5-win season in top flight in 2024. In Premier C, Ajax easily over Parkside, St Bede's Mentone Tigers over Pegs, Parkdale Vultures over Glen Ira Old McKinnon, Marcelin over Mazenod, and Beaumaris over Paran, still out for their first win of the season in Premier C. Paran, gentlemen, that might be us taken care of on the William Buck SEN match of the day.
Well, it's been a wonderful day. There's been so much action going on, left, right and centre. We had a great game here and some really good around-the-grounds action to keep us entertained at last quarter as well. And as it reaches an exciting conclusion, this Premier Men's season, it's been a beauty and it's only going to get bigger as we get closer to September.
And Manny Donald, you called the socks off it. Thank you very much. Hugo Higginbotham, always good to hear your voice on a Saturday afternoon.
Thanks, Paddy. It was a pleasure once again, and thanks to Maddie and to Raj and to Brucey running the show behind the scenes. It was an entertaining game, and it was a good day of football, and it is good that we're getting a bit of sunshine and we're getting towards the business end of the season, so it's very exciting.
Correct. Raj Johnston, you're off home to ice the calves, I think, after running up and down between the benches.
I am, and already counting down the sweeps till next Saturday. It's the highlight of the week. Thanks, Paddy.
Fantastic job, and a big thank you to everyone back at VAFA and SEN HQ, and of course to our man Brucey on the buttons, who gets us to where and keeps us there every Saturday afternoon of the VAFA season. For now, it's farewell. We'll catch you on For the Love of the Game during the week with myself, Matty and Jason Bennett once again, and then next week again for the SEN William Buck Match of the Day here in VAFA Top Flight. It's the Blacks, victors again by 37 points.
This has been the SEN Match of the Day. Thanks to William Buck. Join us again next week on the SEN app, sen.com.au and vafa.com.au.
Keep up to date with everything that's happening around the VAFA by subscribing to our socials. We're on Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn and TikTok. Join in the fun with the best pics, videos, stories and reels from around the competition. Send us your best and we might share them around the league. VAFA Socials. Search VAFA and VAFA Women's on your favourite platforms.
Are you looking to grow your business? William Buck are more than just accountants and advisors who can develop strategic growth plans for your business. With over 125 years' experience, William Buck has expertise in navigating through challenging times and has been working closely with the VAFA community, creating positive change for individuals, businesses and community organisations. William Buck's team of specialist advisors work collaboratively, providing you with 360 support. Schedule a complimentary consultation today by visiting williambuck.com.
Is your club celebrating a player milestone? Let us know at VAFA Media and we'll feature it in the Amateur Footballer. We're always on the lookout for stories that acknowledge outstanding achievements and the clubs behind them. Email us at media@vafa.com.au.
Hey guys, at GYG we never compromise on the quality of our food. That's why we only serve 100% free-range chicken. We're on a mission to reinvent fast food because who said fast food had to be bad food? Love ya.